with care. The Hiuchi Hamlet, gas, fishing, tackle, and snacks for your Wild Rivers adventure. Lisa McCowan, State Farm Insurance. Call Lisa when you want great service and State Farm Insurance. L&L Design and Construction. They love to support the Warriors. For construction work, call 465-6432. Coast Central Credit Union, people helping people. And Freeman Rock, family owned, serving Curry and Del Norte counties. And now, with a pregame show, here's Mad Dog and John.
And now we get serious. The three-game Big Four conference season begins tonight here at Mike Whalen Field as the Del Norte Warriors meet the St. Bernard's Crusaders. The winner will be in the best position to win a championship. The loser? Probably not. Hello, I'm John Pritchett. He's John Horner. JD is back in the studio. And welcome to the Warrior Pregame Show here on KPOD 97.9 and on DelNorteSports.com. Mad Dog, there will be no easy Big Four league games this season for any team. But tonight's battle just feels special.
Well, John, special indeed. You have two great programs that have a lot of success so far this season, ready to do battle tonight under these stormy Del Norte skies. It's Big Four conference action here under the lights, and this place is beginning to rock. From the legendary country singer Hank Williams Jr. John, are you ready for some football?
Yeah, and dinner would be nice, too. We'll be back in a few moments with a preview of tonight's game and a look back at Del Norte's win 2 weeks ago. We're broadcasting live with Warrior Pride. You're listening to Del Norte Sports.
There's more to the pregame to come. Follow the Warriors online at KPODFM.com or DelNorteSports.com. Broadcasting live with Warrior Pride. We'll be back with John and Mad Dog in just a couple of minutes.
Accidents and illnesses usually happen without warning and often at the most inconvenient times. That's why Sutter Coast Healthcare Center Walk-In Clinic is here to help. We're open 7 days a week from 8 in the morning until 6 o'clock at night. No appointment needed. Our network of highly trained providers and staff treat all kinds of non-emergent, non-life-threatening issues such as animal bites, fevers, coughs, cuts, sprains, and sports injuries. Find us at 785 East Washington Boulevard, Suite 10 in Crescent City. For more information, visit sutterhealth.org/coast.
Freeman Rock is your complete source for landscaping products, including topsoil and soil amendments. Buying your products in bulk is the most economical and ecologically friendly. And Freeman Rock also delivers. Freeman Rock is open Monday through Friday, 7 to 5, and Saturday by appointment. Freeman Rock has supplied our communities with quality ready-mix concrete, sand, and gravel, and now landscaping supplies since 1976. Check out our new updated interactive website, freemanrock.com, or call 469-2444.
And now, back to the pregame show with Mad Dog and John on 97.9 FM, KPODFM.com, and DelNorteSports.com. Broadcasting live with Warrior Pride.
Welcome back to Mike Whalen Field, where Del Norte and St. Bernard's are warming up before this varsity clash. There was no junior varsity game tonight, as St. Bernard's does not field a JV team. And there will not be a junior varsity game next week when Del Norte travels to Fortuna. Mad Dog, what happened?
Well, John, the Warrior JV squad lost their emotions, got the best of them last Thursday night as they took on the rival McKinleyville Panthers in a JV matchup. The Warriors led late in the fourth quarter, 35-14, when an altercation broke out on the field between a couple players. The Warriors sideline attempted to engage in a melee on the field and were all ejected for leaving the sideline. With the ejections, the Warriors JV squad were left with only 8 players remaining. So they forfeited that game and will sit out a game for the ejection, which will be next week's game against the Huskies. The Del Norte JV team will not play again until the conference finale against the Loggers.
Now, last week, Del Norte's varsity had the night off. 2 weeks ago, the Warriors were in Weaverville taking care of business against an outmatched Trinity High. The final was 52-0, and it was about that close.
Yeah, John, a real tough matchup for the Wolves with the Warriors. The Warriors were just superior in all facets of the game.
Del Norte dominated the winless Wolves from beginning to end. One of the more exciting moments came late in the first quarter, when the Warriors' Gio Gonzalez turned a pass over the middle into a 21-0 lead. Galea gets the ball, straight drop, looking, throws deep over the middle. It's caught. That is Gonzalez. down the left side and into the end zone. That lead would expand in the second quarter to 35-0. A couple more TDs in the third quarter made it 49-0. But the highlight of the second half was midway through the fourth quarter when Mr. Automatic, Kenji Adams-Lee, trotted out to attempt his first field goal of the season. There's the snap, there's the hold, there's the kick. It's got plenty of leg. It is good.
That was good from 45. What a kick by Kenji Adams-Lee. 35-yard field goal attempt. John, we got ourselves a kicker.
Indeed. With the win, Del Norte improved to 6-1 in non-conference games. Gonzalez and Caleb Price both caught a pair of touchdown passes. Levi Cox-Cooley had a pair of touchdown runs. And quarterback O.J. Kaleha had his best night of his career, hitting 10 of 12 passes for 173 yards, the 4 TDs, 0 interceptions, all in the first half.
Well, I tell you what, man, O.J. is settling in nicely this season. For me, this kid was a question mark at the beginning of the season on his leadership qualities and, well, if he could get it done or not this season. He has answered it all for me. The kid has positioned himself both physically and mentally for a great run in this conference play, John.
Del Norte's defense posted its second shutout of the season, giving up a measly 73 yards to the Trinity offense. And that's all well and good. But, Mad Dog, the difference between Trinity's offense and St. Bernard's offense, and you can relate to this, is roughly the same as the difference between tofu and a porterhouse steak. Technically, both are food, but that's about where the similarity ends.
Well, you know, John, here we go. It's the St. Bernard's offense is very sophisticated and very fluent in what they do. Formations and zone reads at the line of scrimmage will be on display tonight when the Crusaders attempt to outwit a very tough Del Norte defense.
Quarterback Will Oney is the engine for the Crusaders. Now, this is one of the most incredible stats I've ever come across. Oney either runs or throws the ball on 73% of his team's plays from scrimmage. I've never seen anything like that. He is also very good at both. He's averaging 257 yards a game passing and almost 100 yards a game rushing.
Well, and his favorite target is Lane Thrapp, who in just 7 games has more than 1,000 yards receiving and 18 touchdowns.
The X factor tonight is the weather. It started raining on Wednesday. It slowed down on Thursday. Rain is expected to start coming down here at 8 o'clock tonight. However, a little bit ago, it was raining a little bit more than a shower. Seems to have dissipated now. Mad Dog, both teams have to play in the same conditions. Does one style of play favor the other on a wet, possibly slippery field?
Well, I brought this to the coaches' attentions, both Coach White and Coach Tomlin early in the week. And Coach Tomlin really simply put it. He goes, we're already probably outgunned physically. Put rain involved, that's another mark against them. They like to get out and spread the ball, throw the ball down the field. He says it's definitely going to be an advantage for the Warriors. Talking to Coach White, he kind of had the philosophy, he wouldn't mind if it was dry. He worries about ball security with his running backs. They went over it a lot in practice this week about holding on to the ball. OJ had problems during Wednesday's practice of the center from King to OJ, the snap. So look for the rain made to possibly the handoff exchanges need to be crisp.
We chatted with Del Norte coach Nick White about taking on the Crusaders, having a week off, and other topics of importance in this week's version of KPOD's Coaches Conference.
We're with Coach White before the St. Bernard's game, and Coach, you had the week off to get a chance to take a deep breath and get ready for the serious part of the season.
Yeah, I mean, we focused on fundamentals. The big part was the kids got to rest and get healthy, and yep, we are looking forward to starting our league. It's a brand new season starts now, and there's St. Bernard's 6-1, we're 6-1, so it's going to be a really good game tonight.
After the game at Trinity 2 weeks ago, you said you're going to spend the next 2 weeks focusing on St. Bernard's. Did it work out that way? Were you able to really concentrate on what the Crusaders tried to do?
Yeah, we have, I think we had, 7 days of practice where we're preparing for them, which is obviously out of the ordinary. Normally you have 4 days. We offensively, defensively, we know what they do. We're ready, our kids are ready, and it's just a matter of going out and executing now.
Defensively, what are you going to try to do to stop their high-powered passing attack?
Well, it starts with the run game first. They're they like to run the ball, and then they will pass it off of their run game. So Omi, their quarterback, he averages 100 yards a game. So you have to stop him first, and then everything kind of falls into place after that.
Offensively, you're on a roll, but you're going against a good team. They've shown some weakness defensively. What are you going to try to do against them?
We have the same game plan every week. So we establish a run. We like to wear the other team down, run the ball, and take our opportunities in the passing game when they come.
Had a couple weeks. How are you doing health-wise?
We're doing great. It's off a bye week. Everybody's healthy, feeling great, and we're ready to go tonight.
Your quarterback, O.J. Kalea, coming off his best game of his career. Against Trinity, not exactly apples to oranges, but you got to be excited about that, seeing his confidence build.
Yeah, he's progressing every single week. We keep adding a little bit more to the offense, and he's taking that with the best he can do, and he's getting better every week and gaining confidence, and that's all we can ask from him.
And how important is it to have Kobe Mitchell back, both offensively and defensively?
Yeah, he does a great job at fullback, so he'll be back, running the ball up the middle, and that gives us more depth too with subbing kids in and out, and he'll play a role in defense too for sure.
Coach, good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Coach Nick White on the Warrior pregame show. We're going to have more coming up in just a few moments. We're broadcasting live with Warrior Pride. You're listening to Del Norte Sports.
There's more to the pregame to come. Follow the Warriors online at kpodfm.com or delnortesports.com. Broadcasting live with Warrior Pride. We'll be back with John and Mad Dog in just a couple of minutes.
If you or someone you love needs chemotherapy or other infusion services, Kind Compassionate Care is close to home. Sutter Coast Hospital's Infusion Center in Crescent City is here to serve your infusion needs more conveniently. Our infusion center right behind the hospital in Crescent City is spacious and peaceful and features 9 large roomy infusion areas and an oncology clinic. For more information or to schedule an appointment, call 707-464-8998 or visit sutterhealth.org/coast.
When you choose L&L Design and Construction, it's a game changer. They can do it all. New home construction, remodels large or small, garages and manufactured home site development. They're local, reliable, and love this community. When it comes to design and construction, choose the LaFazio family at L&L, proud supporters of the Del Norte Warriors. Start planning for spring today. Call 707-465-6432, license number 931605. And now, back to the pregame show with Mad Dog and John on 97.9 FM, KPODFM.com, and DelNorteSports.com. Broadcasting live with Warrior Pride.
Welcome back to the Warrior pregame show from Mike Whalen Field. The first game of the Big Four conference season, Del Norte versus St. Bernard's. And let's take a look at the starting lineup for the Warriors. Starting lineup brought to you by DelNorteSports.com. And for Del Norte on offense, the slot receiver will be senior Gio Gonzalez, 5'7", 165. He has 10 catches this season. Inside, the lineman. On the right side, the guard is Tanner Forkner. He's a junior, 5'10", 205. The right tackle, sophomore, 5'11", 250 pounds, Sam Showerman. The center, Luke King, the 3-year starter, senior, 5'11", 265. The left guard is Anthony Slayton, one of the captains tonight, 6'2", 220 pounds. The left tackle, getting his second start of the season, Chance LaFazio. He's a senior, 6'3", 265. The tight end is Connor Long. He's a senior, 6'4", 200 pounds. So far this season, Long has 5 catches.
Lola Martin's going to be singing the national anthem.
And now, looks like we're going to have the national anthem.
Apologize. We are probably not going to be out here much longer with this rain. It's not good for the instruments or the uniforms.
Coach, our band director, Daniel Sedgwick,
this is
giving a little speech talk. Running back is Levi Cox-Cooley, 5'8", 175 pounds, leading the team in rushing with 851 yards this season. And now our national anthem.
Once so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last flame, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
One of the better renditions we've heard in a while, the national anthem. Now back to the starting lineup. Fullback will either be Kobe Mitchell or Chase Blackburn. Both are excellent in that role. And the quarterback is number 12, senior O.J. Kaleha. He's a senior. So far this season, he's completing 64% of his passes, 8 TDs, and 2 interceptions. For the defense, the ends will be Mitchell and Kai Baugh, the 6', 245-pound senior. The tackles are Showerman and King. The outside linebackers, Cox Cooley and Blackburn. Inside is Faulkner and Slayton. The cornerbacks are Nick Freeman and Gio Gonzalez. The safety is Caleb Price, and we are just moments from getting underway. Mad Dog, quickly, what are the keys for the Warriors?
You know, I talked a lot to the coaches this week, and it's going to be turnovers, and it's going to be penalties for this Warrior team. Warriors are going to have to take care of the ball, and they're going to have to march the ball down the field, just like they have against some real quality teams this year when it came to Moreau Catholic and teams like that. Ball security is going to be huge.
55 degrees outside. It is raining here at Mike Whalen Field.
It's coming down in sheets, John.
It's not coming down in sheets.
Oh, yeah.
It's just a little rainstorm right now.
A little rainstorm?
Back deep for the Warriors is Levi Cox Cooley, along with the freshman, R.J. Lofton. Warriors up close, expecting an onside kick, and instead it is kicked deep and will be taken by Cox Cooley at the 14-yard line. Working his way up the middle, and he's going to get ridden down at about the 27, where Del Norte will start things off in this crucial Big Four conference battle, the first game of the season. Just 3 conference games. Every game is critical.
Every game's critical for every team here, because 3 of these 4 teams are all battling for the top 5 spots in the North Coast section seedings and for supremacy in the HDN. The cool thing about only 3 league conference games, every one is a must-win for each team.
Caleb Price goes out wide to the right. O.J. Kaleha, the quarterback, is under center. Hands the ball off to Cox Cooley, and he gets quickly swallowed up for a loss of 1 as he tried the right side, and the Crusaders were able to penetrate and bring down the junior.
Just right off the get-go, it looks like the Crusaders are a little more fired up than the Warriors here. The hunting hunters are fired up on that line. I tell you what, they blew through the left side of the Warrior line right there.
Crusaders going to a 5-man front. Kalea hands the ball off right up the middle. That's Mitchell. He's got room. Heading for the first down. Has it. It gets to midfield and dragged down.
Boy, it sure is nice to have Kobe Mitchell back out on the field.
All the way to the 49-yard line. First down of the night for the Warriors. And Del Norte is in Crusaders territory.
23-yard gain for Mitchell right there. Great job. Right off tackle. Bounced it outside. Great block by the receiver to seal him to get the extra 10.
Mitchell, who has missed 2.5 games, that week off helped him a lot. And whistles sound.
We had the issue in practice even. It was from the far side. I believe it was Caleb Price with the procedure call. And this was an issue in practice.
You are wrong, sir.
Thank goodness.
Penalty.
I was feeling bad for Caleb because he got hounded pretty hard yesterday in practice.
One of the Crusaders lined up offside. 5-yard penalty. Puts the ball now at the St. Bernard's 46-0-0 our score. Opening minutes of this Big Four conference battle. Both teams coming into this game 6-1 on the season. Price comes out wide to the left, the narrow side of the field. Kaleha hands the ball off to Cox Cooley. Tries the right side again with the same result the first time he ran the ball.
That was Mitchell.
That was Mitchell.
Now was Hagler blitzing from the middle linebacker spot, coming in and just laying out Mitchell. Pushed him straight backwards. But they're going to give him the line of scrimmage was the forward momentum.
No, it's a loss of 1 at least, because he's now on the other side of the 45. as the referee keeping the ball dry. Second down and 6. Warriors yet to attempt a pass tonight. Rain not hard, but it's enough. And we have another penalty. And I think it's going to be the same thing. I think one of the Crusaders lined up offside again.
Well, I didn't see no movement, so it had to be somebody lined up offsides.
And the Warriors are clapping. And once again, 2 penalties against the Crusaders.
Coach Tomlin clapping his hands out there. He's probably pretty upset with his Crusaders front line here. They're pretty excited. They're trying to get after the Warriors.
Second down now and a long 1. They're going to place the ball at the 41. No score here early in the first quarter on the Sutter Coast Hospital scoreboard. John Pritchett, John Horner with you. Price goes out wide to the right. Single running back set behind Kaleha. He gets it right at the middle, and spinning is Mitchell, and it's going to be very close to a first down. He may be just a tad bit shy.
I like the quick hitters, though. Both Del North's runs that went for positive yards with the quick hitters. When they tried to bounce it off tackle, we had the linebackers shooting those B and C gaps out there. So Coach Tomlin's not going to let us have that ball off tackle. Del North's going to have to work that A gap right up the middle.
And we're going to have, I believe, a measurement.
Once we get the ball down, we'll be able to see where they can spot it.
So here's the referee holding the ball. Now he puts it down. It's going to be 3rd and inches. Kaleha under center. Takes it himself and gets the first down. We saw that a lot last year in short yardage situations near the goal line.
Good for 2 yards on the play. Yeah, we saw that a lot last year, especially around the goal line. But I love that call. Definitely up front with the 4-man front up front by St. Bernard's. Nobody's over the center, or there's at least a spot right to the side. So OJ just found that gap and just slid forward.
Always good when you can run behind big Luke King. 1st and 10 for the Warriors. Ball now at the 38 of St. Bernard's. Hands the ball off to Mitchell. He's got some room. Goes around the right side. Penalty flag comes down. Gets it to the 30, but let's see what the laundry is.
Holding.
And it's going to be holding. And it's going to be against Del Norte. 10-yard penalty. Warriors' penalty problems well documented this season. First 5 games of the year all had more than 100 yards penalties assessed against Del Norte.
So bring up first down and 14 now.
Ball is going to be back at the 41. Opening minutes of the ball game.
Warriors doing what they want to do, chewing up that clock, marching down the field here. Let's see if they can keep it going here.
Price comes out wide to the left. Twin running backs behind Kalea, who is under center. Blitz shown. Hand off to Cox Cooley. Right side, finding some room, lowers his head, plowing for it past the 35 to about the 33-yard line. Nice gain for the junior running back who's closing in on 1,000 yards this season, but we have another penalty. And that's way back. Thrown by the referee. Holding Del Norte.
Oh, my goodness.
Back-to-back holding penalties against the Warriors.
All of a sudden, you got to go deep onto that playlist, Coach White. Chris down there shaking his head a little bit. Doing a great job marching down the field, but you get limited on what you can do when now you're all the way back. You're going to be first down and 25 here.
Ball now all the way back into Del Norte territory at the 49. And the Warriors have to get all the way down to the St. Bernard's 28. Warriors break the huddle. Price comes out wide to the left. Twin slot backs now hand off on the counter. No, screen pass, and it is almost intercepted.
They read that one the whole way. Great job by the St. Bernard's defense.
Tried to get the ball to Kobe Mitchell, but he was out there by himself, and there were 2 Crusaders bracketing him. Second down and a bunch.
Del Norte's yet to run that option to the outside yet in this game. Maybe see something like that, something to get maybe Cox Cooley to the outside here, or Gio Gonzalez in motion. You never know.
First pass of the night by Kalea. Handoff, inside counter,
Blackburn.
finding some room, finding a lot of room. That is Blackbird all the way to the 1 yard line.
No
Chase
penalty.
Blackburn.
Great job by Blackburn. Accelerated on the counter right there. And I tell you what, he had those legs pumping like you got to do in this tennis turf. Caught some traction. I saw a couple St. Bernard's players slip about midfield. 50-yard run by Blackburn. And boy, did the Warriors need that one.
His longest run of the season. He's averaging 7.7 yards a carry. Now, the Warriors in the red zone. Kaleha straight ahead. And they say he is just shy of pay dirt. It'll be 2nd and goal.
Boy, was that a huge run or what, John? Backed up big time.
Give credit to the St. Bernard's defender who tracked him down and kept him from scoring, and at least makes Del Norte prove it from inside the 5.
Ball is barely off the goal line.
Same play, Kaleha, touchdown, Del Norte. O.J. Kalea from 1 yard out.
You got to love it, John. Del Norte did a great job sticking with what they came here to do, run the ball down the middle of St. Bernard's defense, and it paid off for him right there. 6:56 here left in the first quarter, and Del Norte has drawn first blood.
Into the game, Kenji Adams-Lee, who has yet to miss a kick this season.
First time kicking in the ring, though, John.
That's true. 29 of 29 on PATs, 1 for 1 on field goals. The right-footed senior lines it up. Slayton is the snapper. Kalea is the holder. There's the kick, and it is no good.
Slipped right off the side of the ball right there. You know, your footing's definitely off a little bit, and you could tell his timing. I think he tried to take one less step there and probably overkicked a little bit.
Nevertheless, Del Norte draws first blood with 6:56 to go. The Warriors take the opening kickoff, march to the field, and score. O.J. Kalea from 1 yard out.
And that touchdown's brought to you by L&L Design and Construction. For home and remodels and new construction, call 707-465-6432. That's L&L Design and Construction.
Big play on that drive. Chase Blackburn's 50-yard scamper to the 1 yard line, setting up the Kalea score. Warrior Athletics brought to you by Center Coast Hospital, serving our community with care. Lisa McCowan at State Farm Insurance. Call Lisa when you want great service and State Farm Insurance. Hiuchi Hamlet, gas, fishing tackle, and snacks for your wild river adventures. L&L Design and Construction. For home remodels and new construction, call 465-6432. Coast Central Credit Union, people helping people. Freeman Rock, family owned, serving Curry and Del Norte County, and Sequay, which is where I had lunch today with our friend Tag Wotherspoon. Here comes the kick. Warriors going to be kicking right to left. Kicked straight up, fair catch signaled, and caught just inside the 30 as Del Norte decided they were not going to kick it deep.
And a very heads-up play by the receiver right there. The Warriors defenders were going to be there ready to lay the hit, but great fair catch call.
So now we get to see the celebrated St. Bernard's offense, which is averaging well over 30 points a game. The quarterback is Will Olney. He's a senior, and he is a good one. 4 receivers out to the left. Lane Thrapp out to the right. And we got
maybe a delay game.
And that's kind of embarrassing.
Well, it's definitely tough in the situation is Coach Tomlin comes out with 4 wide and Thrapp to the left. And it makes Del Norte thinking 2 or 3 times. Now Coach Foz gets a chance to talk to his players here and try to figure out what he wants to do with this odd formation. But you see, even with the quads that side, Del Norte is still putting 2 defenders on Thrapp over here.
Guess what? Penalty was on Del Norte. Somebody lined up offside or jumped offside.
Well, they jumped. Nobody was over center yet, were they?
Here we go.
Lined up.
Thrapp, number 10. In the shotgun. Back to pass. Quarterback draw. He's averaging better than 100 yards. Spinning and spinning before he is finally taken down by Slayton. But not until he gets the first down, almost in Warrior territory. He'll be taken down at the 49-yard line, first down for the Crusaders.
14-yard carry for Omi right there. Great job by Omi finding the crease right there. He spun off 2 Del Norte tackles right there.
Crusaders come to the line. 3 receivers this time to the left, 2 to the right. Now Thrapp goes in motion. He fakes the handoff to Thrapp, only takes it himself, but he doesn't get very far.
He got stood up and hammered by Connor Long.
Stepped up and made the tackle, but inside Del Norte territory now at the 47. It'll be second and let's call it 7. Crusaders will be in the shotgun pretty much all night. And already, Olney's uniforms looking a little weather-beaten. Pass, caught, first down. Making the catch for the Crusaders is Logan Petruccio.
Good for 14 yards on the pitch and catch.
First down to the Del Norte 32-yard line. Make it the 33. All the Crusader players, hands on their hips, looking over at the sideline. They don't huddle. Now they set up. Thrapp goes in motion. Sorry, that's not Thrapp. But finding some running room is Justin Hagler around the left side before he is taken down near the first down marker.
Good for 6 yards on the play. Great job by Hagler. He got the corner.
They're going to say he stepped out of bounds short. And so it's going to be second down. Ball at the 27-yard line.
Just over 5 minutes left here in the first quarter on the Sutter Coast Hospital scoreboard. Del Norte leading 6-0.
3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left this time. Back to pass. Throws deep over the middle, incomplete. Penalty flags go a-flying as the Warriors had 3 defenders back there. But if this is against Del Norte, it'll be a 15-yard penalty for pass interference.
It's definitely against Del Norte.
And you are correct, sir.
First down for the Crusaders, and it's 15 from the line of scrimmage?
Yes.
So that'll be down to the 10.
And already Del Norte has 40 yards in penalties assessed against it.
Where are they going now?
6-0 our score. Del Norte in front. It took the opening kickoff.
So it's going to be first down from the 19-yard line of the Warriors now. Omi's still empty backfield. He's back there by himself.
Gets it. Sets up. Throws to the right. Caught. Trying to find some room. Getting inside the 10 before a flock of Warriors, including Slayton and Freeman, makes the tackle.
Give Thrapp 10 yards on the play, though.
Thrapp came into this game having already caught this season 38 passes for over 1,000 yards. Gain of 9 on the play. It's going to be second down and 1. Ball at the 10. Draw play again by Olney, and he will get the first down, stopped shy of the 5-yard line.
Great job by Omi reading his blocks up front. It's more of a zone read right there. He's reading his linemen. He's reading our linebackers, and our linebackers are getting hit by the linemen getting to the second level. The Warrior front 3 have got to take care of those linemen and make sure they don't get to the linebackers.
4:20 left here in the first quarter. Del Norte leading 6-0, but St. Bernard's threatening. Olney sends a man in motion. That's Hagler. He gets it, trying to go around the left side, bumps off one person, dives, and he is denied the end zone.
Good for 1 yard on the play, about down to the 6. Hagler's going to pick up 1. Kai Baugh did a great job at stringing that thing out to the sideline.
Fresh bodies coming in for the Crusaders.
This does not fare well for the St. Bernard's Crusaders here because they're going to have to go to more of a standard set to try to get this thing in the end zone. Down to the 5. Look for Thrapp. They like to get it to him. Del North putting 2 defenders out here with him.
Straight play for Ullman again. Breaks 1 tackle, gets hammered, and they say he is down just short of the goal line. Levi Cox Cooley came up and made the hit. It's going to be 3rd and goal from the 1.
Great job by the Warrior defense. It was Freeman coming from the way back with Cox Cooley and putting the hit on Omi.
The Crusaders rush to the line of scrimmage. Tight formation. He's going to take it himself, and he will get into the end zone. We are tied at 6 as Will Olney scores from 1 yard out.
Just what we expected. Spread it out in a lot of different formations by the Crusaders. Caught the Del Norte defense off balance, and they marched right down the field. 3:24 left here in the first quarter. Sutter Coast Hospital scoreboard 6-6 your score pending this extra point.
Perez Estrada is in to kick for the Crusaders. The holder is Bodie Joyner. There's the snap, there's the hold, there's the kick, and it is no good, off to the right. So, both teams take their first drives of the night, march down the field. Both teams score with their quarterback from 1 yard out, and both teams miss the extra point.
Both teams did what they wanted to offensively right there. It was definitely an offensive show. Now the question is, will those defense make the adjustments and stiffen up differently in the second half? We'll soon find out.
6-6 our score in Warrior Athletics, brought to you by members of the legendary Sportscasters Club, which includes McFerrin's Tax and Bookkeeping Services for tax, bookkeeping, and payroll services. Lucky 7 Casino, they're number 1 for fun. Echo Nutrients, local organic fertilizers for the backyard gardener in you. Crescent Cabinets, need new cabinets? Call Crescent Cabinets. McDonald's, after the game, stop in because you're loving it. He's loving it. I'm loving it. Humboldt Moving and Storage, make a professional move with Humboldt Moving and Storage. 6-6 our score as the Crusaders get ready to kick off for the second time tonight, left to right, west to east. No wind, but it is drizzling. And it is an onside kick, and it's fielded by Del Norte.
Faulkner just scooped that up like a third baseman right there. He knew exactly what he was going to do with that thing.
So Warriors get great starting field position, starting at their own 49-yard line, with the score tied at 6-all. The Big Four conference opener for both teams 6-1. Del Norte ranked number 3 in the North Coast Section Division 5 rankings. St. Bernard's number 1 in Division 6. Warriors come to the line. 2 wide receivers to the left. Handoff. Finding some room, diving forward into Crusader territory to the 46-yard line is Levi Cox Cooley.
Good hard run by Cox Cooley right there. Give him 6 on the play. Great job.
The junior, averaging 9 yards a carry, has been bottled up so far tonight by St. Bernard's. Second down coming up. Warriors break the huddle.
Keep doing what you do. Don't change a thing here.
Price comes out wide to the right, single coverage. Handoff, Mitchell. He gets it across the 35 before he's pushed back. And we have a timeout on the field.
And a flag.
They're going to say he made it just to the 35. Holding against Del Norte. Third holding penalty already tonight. 5 penalties in all against Del Norte. The last time this happened, Del Norte was backed up, and it was 2nd and 25 when Chase Blackburn busted off a 50-yard scamper to put the Warriors in prime position. This time it's going to be 2nd down and about 14. The ball now back in Warrior territory at the 44.
Man, we can't afford this. We're not going to get bailed out every possession, John, by a big play.
2 running backs set up behind Kalea. Hands it off. That's Cox Cooley. Breaks 1 tackle, but he's going to be surrounded. Puts his head down and dives forward and gets back to the line of scrimmage. And it's going to be 3rd down and 14. Ball still on the 44.
As the Warriors tried to pitch that ball and get outside, the Crusader defense did a great job at stringing that out, and Cox Cooley had nowhere to go.
Last year, the Crusaders, I don't want to say dominated the first half, but they did lead 24-22 at halftime. But as the game wore on, Del Norte's superior size and power wore down the Crusaders. And at the end of the game, the Warriors were clearly in command, winning by 12. Price and Gonzalez go out wide to the right. And we're going to have timeout on the field. First timeout of the first half by Del Norte. As we are tied at 6 with 1:24 to go first quarter. And other members of the legendary Sportscasters Club include Crescent City, Les Schwab Tire Center, doing the right thing matters. Del Norte Ambulance, now and always dedicated to serving. And Fort Dick Market and Deli, your neighborhood store on Lake Earl Drive. Not only great chili, but their soups are really good too.
Their soups? See, I just go out there. I never get past the fryer case, John. I don't make the turn. I stay right there on the corner of the aisle there.
This is the only Big Four conference game going on tonight, as Fortuna will be at Eureka tomorrow as part of the day-long homecoming festivities at Eureka High School.
5 games going on. They're going to have 2 soccer matches, an alumni volleyball game, and then the 2 football games. So it'll be a long day. I plan on going down for that game. Eureka is pretty much already in playoff mode, knowing that if they lose to Fortuna, their chances of making the playoff is very, very limited.
So here we go, 3rd and let's call it 14. Mitchell goes in motion to the far side of the field. Fakes the throw, handoff to Cox Cooley. He's got some room, spinning, reaching, diving. I think he got the first down.
You got to love it. Great call by Coach White right there. 16-yard gain, counter play off the trips to the right.
All the way past the 40, just by inches, but a first down, Del Norte on 3rd and 14.
Man, that's two back-to-back big 3rd downs for the Warriors. Last one was 50 yards. That was a huge 16. 1:05 left here in the first quarter. We got ourselves a tie ball game, just what we expected in this big game for both teams.
Single running back now. Crusaders showing blitz. Handoff to Mitchell up the middle, and he gets quickly taken down after a gain of maybe 1, maybe 2 at the best, and it's going to be 2nd down.
The 1 or 2 yards is fine as long as we don't get holding penalties to drop us back.
I don't know. So far, every time we've gotten a holding penalty, we find a way to respond.
We have. But hopefully the well don't run dry, John.
Yeah, that's a tough row to hoe. Kalea gets his marching orders from the coaching staff. He jogs back in, looks at his left wrist where the plays are. Huddle breaks. Down to 10 seconds in the quarter. Kalea goes under center. And we have another penalty. And I believe this is going to be offside against St. Bernard's.
I don't know if they're noticing something because Del Norte's got 1 and St. Bernard's got 3 so far tonight. Must be a point of emphasis tonight. The players are going to have to make the adjustment.
After 3 of them, you would think that, hey, we need to back up a foot.
Somebody would make an adjustment.
So that makes it 2nd down and 3. Ball now resting at the 33 of St. Bernard's. 6 seconds remaining here in the first quarter.
They're going to wind it.
They are,
be
and that will be the end of the first quarter. 6-6. Both teams take their first possessions of the night, march the field, and score, and then both miss the extra point. We'll be back with the second quarter right after this. We're broadcasting live with Warrior Pride. You're listening to Del Norte Sports.
It's time now for the Warrior of the Week. And it's brought to you by Lisa McCowan, State Farm Insurance. Call Lisa when you want great service and State Farm Insurance. And now, the Warrior of the Week.
Your Lisa McCowan State Farm Insurance Athlete of the Week is Emily Ricks of the Del Norte High girls tennis team. The senior won both sets last Saturday, then did it again on Tuesday against league foes. Now, in those two matches, Ricks won 24 of 25 games. She also scored a pair of doubles victories for Del Norte. Lisa McCowan and her team wishes all the Warriors the best of luck the rest of the season. Emily Ricks, your State Farm Insurance Athlete of the Week.
And this has been your Warrior of the Week. And it's brought to you by Lisa McCowan, State Farm Insurance. Call Lisa when you want great service and State Farm Insurance. And that is your Warrior of the Week.
6-6 our score on a rainy night here at Mike Whalen Field. John Pritchett, John Horner with you as the first game of the Big Four Conference season is underway here on KPOD 97.9. KPOD Crescent City, and on DelNorteSports.com. Warriors have the ball in Crusader territory at the 33. Second down and 4. Tight formation. Man in motion. Back to pass is Kaleha. Lofts it up. Tried to hit Connor Long, and he missed a wide open Gio Gonzalez in the middle of the field. And now St. Bernard's players are pointing at him saying, somebody needs to cover him.
Hagler's like, who had this one?
We had 3 guys on Long and nobody on Gio Gonzalez, but the pass was overthrown. And it's going to be third down and 4 for the Warriors. Definitely 2-down territory.
100 yards rushing for the Warriors in the first quarter.
50 of that, courtesy of
Blackburn.
Chase Blackburn. Twin running backs offset behind Kalea. Handoff, trying to find some room. Diving again for the first down is Levi Cox-Cooley, and I believe he has it at the 28.
Good for 5 yards. He needed 4.
5th first down of the night for the Warriors. Del Norte took its first possession of the night and scored. St. Bernard's did the exact same thing. And now the Warriors, here at the start of the second quarter, on the Syracuse Hospital scoreboard, trying to respond. 1st and 10 from, let's call it the 29. Price, all by himself to the right, but the handoff is up the middle. Gain of 1, maybe.
Mitchell never really got going. The running back, or the lineman right at the front grabbed his leg, and he tried to pull him along, but only ended up picking up maybe a half yard on the play.
At best, yes. Second down on its way. 6-6 our score. Next week, we will be in Fortuna. No JV game next week. And we'll have to let you know whether the game is going to be moved up to 7. But right now, it's still set for 7:30 at Fortuna. Second down and a long 9. Counter play. Trying to find some room, and getting it is Cox-Cooley. Cuts it back again, and gets ridden down at the 10-yard line. Levi Cox-Cooley, the team's leading rusher. Another first down for the junior. Warriors are in the red zone.
Good for 18 yards on the play. Cox-Cooley being very patient when he got to the second level. Let his blocker take care of the linebacker and got to the secondary quickly.
They marked the ball just shy of the 10. So it's going to be 1st and 10, and it would be possible to get a first down without a touchdown, but very difficult.
Yes. Mitchell coming off the field, Blackburn back in. Actually, Kai Baugh in the backfield now.
Kai Baugh, first time on offense this season. Pitch play That's Cox Cooley with Baugh in front of him, and he gets it inside the 10 to about the 8, and it's going to be second down.
The defensive end came in to try to make the play, and Kai Baugh put his shoulder into him, and he says, "Nope, not going to happen today," he said. 2-yard gain by Cox Cooley.
Kai Baugh, 6 foot, 245 pounds, was injured for the first half of the year. Saw limited action on defense against Fortuna. Was absolutely dominant in the first half on defense against Trinity. Second down. Warriors. Play gets halted with a flag down. And it looked like they were going to try to go for that jump ball to Price play that was so successful against Trinity. Offside against Del Norte. Somebody from the Warriors lined up offside.
Point of emphasis tonight.
Six penalty of the night already.
I usually see 1 or 2 offsides in a game. Usually it's procedure, maybe.
Yeah, you see a lot of procedures.
Yeah, but that's the fifth? The fifth procedure.
Yes. Fifth offside.
Yeah, offside. That's crazy.
Not even jumping offside. The ball comes out with the ball now back at the 14. Warriors break the huddle. Score tied at 6. 8:50 to go here in the first half on the Sutter Coast Hospital scoreboard. Twin running backs. Back to pass is Kalea. Looking. Now he's got to scramble. Dumps it off. It's caught. But it's going to be actually for a short gain to Kobe Mitchell. His second catch of the season. He had one in the first game of the year. And it's going to be 3rd down and 11 from technically the 12.
2-down territory here for the Warriors in a lot of aspects. Talking to Coach White, yesterday before this rain, he was good from Kidgey from about 25 or 30 yards out. So that'd be from like the 15-yard line. But he said if he got anywhere to 4th and 5, he'd go for it.
Price goes out wide to the right. Twin running backs. Gonzalez goes out in motion as Del Norte almost got St. Bernard's to jump. Handoff Gonzalez trying to go around the left side, gets some room, puts his head down, goes into the end zone, touchdown. Gio Gonzalez from 14 yards out.
And I'm going to tell you what, Caleb Price stuck with his defender for a good 5 seconds, all the way till Gio made it 15 yards down the field. Great blocking by a receiver downfield right there.
For Gonzalez. That is his 3rd rushing touchdown of the season. Del Norte leads 12-0, pending the extra point.
A lot of times those receivers don't get a lot of credit blocking, but Caleb Price did a great job right there.
So we'll see if Kenji Adams-Lee can start a new streak.
Yeah, that's good.
That one is good. And
Footing looked a lot better.
Del Norte overcomes some adversity again, but punches it into the end zone. Gio Gonzalez from 14 yards out. Del Norte leads St. Bernard's 13-0.
That touchdown,
13-6. I'm sorry.
That touchdown's brought to you by L&L Design and Construction for home and remodels and new construction. Call 707-465-6432. That's L&L Design and Construction.
Warrior Athletics also brought to you by Affordable Tow. Dependable, fast, and reliable when your vehicle isn't. Chawel, Benz, and Harwick. Good luck, Warriors, from Team CBH, your local accounting and tax firm. And Oat Hill Organic Beef, local grass-fed organic Angus beef. Now it's the Warriors' turn to kick off left to right, west to east.
Boy, the Warriors, in both those drives, had a chance to stall out that drive, but great determination, great play calling by Coach White has really put both those scores on the table for the Warriors. Big first 2 drives for the Warriors. Hagler can stop this Crusaders offense, though.
Rain has also stopped, a little misty maybe. Here's the kick. Another pooch kick way up high, and it's taken. The ball's loose. Who got it? Here comes the officials, and they say it is St. Bernard's ball at the 39. Very, very close. Almost coming up with it for Del Norte. was Garrett Holmes. But the Crusaders were able to bring it into the fold at the last instant.
Pretty little pooch kick that Kenji has if he can find that slot in between the rows.
Now the Crusaders will try to respond. 3 receivers to the right, to the left. No running backs. In the shotgun is Olney. He's going to take to the left side. Penalty flag goes down, and Olney delivers a blow as he goes out of bounds, saying hi to Gonzalez, but let's see what the penalty is. And it's going to be against St. Bernard's as Hagler is begging his case.
He says, when you grab him by the shoulder pads, it's going to be holding.
So the penalty occurred at the 41-yard line. They're going to say about the 42 now. One official has it at the 42, the other one has it at the 43. And so it will be about a 3-yard gain and then the 10-yard penalty.
Connor Long right there took a tough angle at Omi. He's a quick runner, very crafty. He really follows his block, sees the creases, and picks up what you give him.
The 4th penalty of the night against the Crusaders puts the ball back at the St. Bernard's 34-yard line. And it's going to be 1st down and 15. St. Bernard's comes to the line. 3 receivers to the right this time. 3 receivers, yes. Back to pass is Olney. Straight drop. Here comes pressure. He's got to run. And he gets sacked at the 30-yard line.
Showerman.
Sam Showerman, the sophomore. First sack of the night.
Showerman, the sophomore, came up and just wrapped him up. You know, that's the thing about Omi. You don't want to hit him up high. He spins very well. Showerman did a great job of getting him right around the waist and just swung him around. Great job. Didn't let his legs beat him.
2nd down now. As the Crusaders, to a man, looking to their side of the field. Now they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Find where Thrapp is. He's in the slot out to the right side.
3 receivers to the right side, 2 to the left. Olney's going to roll out to the right, tucks the ball like he's going to run, and he gets tripped up by Tanner Forkner at about the 32. It's going to be 3rd down and long.
Forkner, that was his only job that play. When they go trips one side, Forkner is just eyeballing where Omi goes. What a great athletic play to slide through that defense and make that play.
Del Norte trying to stop St. Bernard's. So far, the Crusaders have been unable to do that against Del Norte.
Huge 3rd down.
2nd possession of the game in a very fast-moving game for St. Bernard's. Back to pass. It's going to throw it deep. Penalty flag flies, and it is incomplete. And now let's see what the penalty is.
It was a legal motion. They were trying to figure out what they were doing. All at one time, Hagler was like yelling at the coaches, moving.
Yeah, part of the team was still looking at the coaches, and the other part was ready to play ball. 2 men in motion at the same time. That penalty will be declined, and it will be 4th and long.
I want to talk a little bit about the great defense down there by Freeman. You know, he was man-to-man down, stretching down the sideline. Freeman got his hands up right at the right time and made a great defensive play.
Cox Cooley goes back deep. And I believe that is Hagler in to punt, standing on his own 20-yard line. There's the snap. It's good. Almost blocked. Ball's going to take a bounce in favor of the Crusaders and then come to rest at the Del Norte 36-yard line, where the Warriors will take over 1st and 10, leading 13-6 with exactly 6 minutes left in the first half.
Gotta love it, John. Big defensive stop by Coach LaFazio's team there. That's exactly what they needed. Warriors getting a score right here be great for this Warrior offense.
Del Norte 6-1 on the season, with victories over Moreau Catholic by 1, by 62 over Wairika, a 42-7 victory over LaSalle Prep, a 49-7 win over Petaluma, the lone loss 21-14 to Mazama, 29-13 to Fortuna, and then last week's 52-0 win over Trinity. Warriors come to the line of scrimmage, handoff coming around the right side, is Cox Cooley, stretches it out, turns upfield, and gets past the 40 to the 41. Gain of 5 on the play. Nice patient run by the junior.
And already Del Norte's offensive line is starting to oppose their will on that front line of St. Bernard's. St. Bernard's defensive line came out fired up off the get-go, but the Warriors are starting to oppose themselves. That time, there was no St. Bernard's defenders in the backfield there.
The Warriors much bigger up front than the smaller Crusaders. However, they have held their own, except for some big plays for Del Norte. Another penalty, and this one I think is going to be against Del Norte. I don't think they were set for a full second. A technical crew offside against
St. Bernard's.
St. Bernard's.
Oh, my goodness. Coach Tomlin is beside himself on that sideline, as in what is going on around here.
Take a look at the one coach on the far side. He's had his hands on his head for 15 seconds.
Tomlin's got his hands out like he's waiting for it to start raining.
Or he's hoping to be struck by lightning.
Uh-oh.
Second down and...
Uh-oh. It's called timeout.
You called timeout, yeah. It's going to be second down and less than one. Ball just past the 45-yard line. First timeout of the night by the Crusaders.
He rips his headset off, and he is coming over to talk to the White Hat. He is not happy, John, to say the least.
Warrior Athletics. Oh, he is screaming at the official. We could hear him up here. And the official is walking him back to the other side of the field. He is letting the officials know that he does not think that what they are calling is illegal.
I don't know if I've ever heard a coach from the sideline. I mean, from up here. Coach Tomlin was giving he was coaching up that referee, I think. Coaching him up a little bit.
For St. Bernard's, to the best of our knowledge, and there's some years that are pretty sketchy in terms of trying to find out who won the conference title going back years. But St. Bernard's has always played in the Little 4 or Little 5 part of the Humboldt Del Norte League. A couple of years ago, moved up to the big part with Del Norte and Fortuna and Eureka, in part because of their great success winning state titles. So they really would love to get a conference championship. Second down and short. Back to pass is Kalea. He slips. He has room. Now he's going to take it himself. Has the first down. Gets it past midfield to about the 48-yard line.
OJ says, I can run the ball too, Omi. He's going to pick up 5 yards on the play. Great job by OJ.
7th first down of the evening for the Warriors. 5 minutes remaining in the second quarter. 13-6 our score. Del Norte leading in the first game of the Big Four Conference series season. Tomorrow night will be the second game as Fortuna goes to Eureka. That's going to be a 6 o'clock start. Caleb Price goes out wide to the right. Offset running backs. Blitz being shown. Handoff. Getting past the first line of defense is Cox Cooley, and he's going to get the ball to the 42 before he is tackled from behind. Nice run by the junior, who came into this game with 851 yards this season.
He's at about 55 right now, so he's getting there.
Had just 6 carries last week, but well over 100 yards, or 2 weeks ago against Trinity Valley. Second down and 5. Price comes out wide to the right, the short side of the field. Handoff Cox Cooley on a sweep to the left. He's got some room. Gets the first down. Penalty flags go flying as Cox Cooley gets it almost to the 23, 24-yard line. But there is 1, 2, 3 penalty flags on the field, and they're going to say it's an illegal chop block. We also have a holding signal.
A little bit of everything. Why were all 3 officials looking at the same part of the field is my question.
I wouldn't be surprised if we have 2 separate fouls here, because I believe one official was signaling a legal chop block and the other one was saying holding. So here's the white hat to explain it all. Holding, Del Norte. Illegal chop block, Del Norte. Holding is going to be declined. The chop block will be accepted. That's a 15-yard penalty. Second one of those tonight. 7th penalty of the night against Del Norte. So the ball is all the way back to almost the 50-yard line. It's going to be second down and just a little bit over 10.
3:55 left here in the second quarter. Del Norte leading 13-6 on the Sutter Coast Hospital scoreboard. Going into halftime here, Warriors would love to get another score on the board and stretch us out to a two-score game.
70 yards and penalties already for Del Norte. Mitchell's in at running back. He gets the ball up the middle. Is going to find some room. Plowing forward, knocking people over in his wake, and gets it past the 40. It's going to be third down and short for Del Norte.
Better known as that rumbling and stumbling right down the field. 9 yards on the play.
Ball just past the 40. Warriors leading 13-6 with the ball. 3 minutes and 10 seconds to go in the first half. Stay tuned for the Haiuchi Hamlet halftime report. Going to be talking about Del Norte girls tennis, volleyball, and soccer. Handoff, Mitchell up the middle, breaks through and gets tackled short of the 30, but good enough for another Del Norte first down.
Just hammered away, good for 6 yards on the play. And I tell you what, the big thing is here, John Pritchett, is St. Bernard's has ran only 12 plays from the line of scrimmage in the first half.
And how many of those were in the second quarter?
3.
And you were correct what you said earlier. Del Norte's front line is now beginning to push the St. Bernard's defensive front back every single play.
And, you know, we saw that in the second half last year.
We did.
But we're seeing it here in the second quarter this year.
Mitchell right up the middle. He's got some room. He's got a head of steam. He gets to the 20-yard line. Another first down, Del Norte.
Good for 12 yards. And you're right, John. Holes are starting to open up. This St. Bernard's defense, hands on their hips. They've been out there a lot. They've been out there the whole first half.
Running behind Faulkner and King and Slayton. They say he was down at the 22. Still a first down. Clock running, 2:23 to go. First half. Price comes over to the right. Olney guarding him. That's an interesting matchup. Handoff up the middle again. It's Mitchell. He'll get it past the 22, about the 17-yard line.
Boy, is Coach White happy to have Mitchell back or what? The kid just leans forward and has a great instinct to pick up what he can.
Mitchell, who was injured in the first half of the Mazama game, then missed all of the Fortuna and Trinity games. He probably could have played if needed against Trinity.
9 carries, 55 yards so far for Mitchell.
Twin running backs this time for Del Norte. Handoff. Coming around the right side is Cox Cooley, and he is going to lose yards back to the 22. As that was a case where Cox Cooley hesitated when he needed to accelerate.
This is a big drive here for the Warriors, considering they got the ball at the beginning of the game. St. Bernard's will get at the beginning of the second half. Del Norte's got to put a score on here, right? Or really nothing hurt.
Warriors called time out. They let quite a bit of time run off the clock. 1:13 left here in the first quarter. Ball is going to be at the 22. It's going to be third down and 10. So you got 2 plays because that's outside, especially on this field, and this with the field being wet. Unfortunately, it is not, or unfortunately, depending on how you want to look at it. It has not come down as forecast, but it is wet out there.
So, you know, like Coach White said, he was good that Kinsey could kick it from 35. They're sitting on the 21. If you got 5 yards here, you could be looking at yourself a 30-yard field goal. The last kick, he had pretty good footing, especially on this end of the field down here. So that could be an option here on a 4th and 5 or a 4th and 6.
I still think they will try. If they get 5, they'll go for it.
Coach White did say, Most of the time, we will go for that.
Del Norte leading 13-6. A lot of people thought this was going to be a high-scoring affair. Instead, both teams have grounded out as the vaunted passing attack of St. Bernard's has been limited, and their best play has been Will Olney, the quarterback, on a quarterback draw. So Price and Blackburn go out wide to the left. Mitchell goes out in motion to the left. Handoff up the middle, and it goes nowhere as Del Norte tried to confuse the Crusaders with Gio Gonzalez running the ball. No, sorry, not Gonzalez. It was Cox Cooley. Timeout called by Del Norte. That's their third and final one of the half with 1:06 remaining. Ball is going to be at the 21. So that would be a 31. That'd be a 38-yard field goal attempt. I think that's out of his range in this weather. So it's going to be 4th down and a long 9.
Boy, this would be a big first down to come up with here. But like I said, this drive is all for naught if you don't get no points on the board here, especially since St. Bernard's gets the ball first in the second half.
But I will say that sometimes your best defense is an offense that keeps the ball away from the other team's offense.
Oh, absolutely. But I'm definitely thinking St. Bernard's would dodge a bullet if Del Norte doesn't get a score here.
So, Coach, what do you dial up? Do you dial up your best play? Do you go into your bag of tricks for some trickeration? Do you pass the ball, which Del Norte has not done much and not done well tonight? However, they have had success.
You want me to call this one?
Call the play.
I'm going to call the hitch to Caleb Price, and he's going to throw it into the end zone. So it's going to be backwards pass to Caleb Price outside. He's going to catch it, and then he's going to throw it for the touchdown to Gio Gonzalez in the end zone. See what happens.
We'll see what happens. Price goes out wide to the left. Mitchell is the running back. Blackburn goes in motion. They pitch it to Blackburn. They pitch it back to Price. He finds a wide open Kalea. Touchdown, Del Norte! As called, as predicted by the one and only Bad Dog John Horner. 21 yards, touchdown Warriors, and that is your Sequake play of the game.
You got to love it. Caleb Price, the backup quarterback, lofted it to OJ, the other quarterback. What a great touch pass by nothing's harder is to hit a wide open receiver, and Caleb Price did just that. Hit him in stride right in the end zone. Great job by Caleb.
Here's the extra point attempt as Kenji Adams-Lee gets ready to try to make 2 out of 2. And he does. And just like that, with 57 seconds remaining, Del Norte extends the lead to 20-6.
And that touchdown brought to you by L&L Design and Construction. For home and remodel and new construction, call 707-465-6432. That's L&L Design and Construction.
Okay, tell the truth. Tell the truth. You went to practice. You saw that play.
I saw multiple looks. That was the one I saw too. I saw the reverse. That was a reverse. They pitched it to Gio. Gio pitched it back to Caleb. I also saw the hitch where he throws it out of the hitch position too. So I did see a couple trick plays during practice. It pays to go to practice.
And there is a foul that's going to be called on the extra point against St. Bernard's. So the point stays up, and this will be assessed on the kickoff.
Makes me seem pretty smart when you go to practice every once in a while.
Well designed and perfectly executed, as nobody was in 10 yards of Kaleha. And he didn't get excited.
No.
He waited for the ball to come to him, reached up with both hands, caught it at the 2, and backed into the end zone.
Well, you even, in the throw, right? You've seen pro quarterbacks, the wide open guy they can't hit.
Yeah.
You know, it's a tough throw to make when there's nobody around him. And Caleb took his time and sat back and threw a great pass down the field.
And he had plenty of time as Del Norte's front line gave him all the protection he needed.
Whew. What a series of events there, John.
So personal foul against St. Bernard's on the extra point. And so now that will be marched off. Both teams have now been flagged 7 times each. And the ball will be placed now at the St. Bernard's 45. And you have a feeling that Kenji Adams-Lee will either drill this as hard as he can, or it's not the worst time to try another one of those little pooch kicks. It won't give the opposition the outstanding field position they normally have. It's an onside kick, and it is recovered at the 34-yard line. 1st and 10 for St. Bernard's with 54 seconds to play.
All I can say is know where Thrapp is right now. You can't let that kid beat you right here.
Del Norte has done a tremendous job defensively tonight, keeping the premier receiver in the conference.
1 reception for 10 yards. And Cox Cooley has been playing on the line of scrimmage, Adam, all night long with over-the-top help from Freeman. This is the situation here where Caleb should probably move over there a little bit more. He's deep over the top for Cox Cooley.
Back to passes only. Here comes the pressure. Tunnel screen, and that does not work.
Ethan. I mean,
as Price, but Thrapp came back at the 30, and he tried to plant, and his feet just came out from under him.
Luke King was zeroing in on him, and he tried to cut away from him. He just crumbled in front of him.
2nd down, loss of 4 on the play. 2nd down now. Thrapp almost loses the ball. Here comes the pressure. He throws it. It's caught, and 3 Warriors, Connor Long, Blackburn, and Gonzalez make the hit. Short of the 1st down, and timeout is called by St. Bernard's. Making the catch was Petrucia, and there is 12 seconds remaining here in the first half, and the entire Crusader team walks slowly to their side of the field to get their marching orders from Coach Tomlin.
Yeah, and they want some more time put on the clock there. We'll see how much they put on it.
As mentioned earlier, Del Norte will be at Fortuna next week. The other conference game will be Eureka at St. Bernard's. That'll be a Saturday afternoon game. Battle of Eureka there. And then the regular season concludes with Eureka coming to Del Norte on November 1st. And then on November 2nd, Fortuna moving to St. Bernard's. And you mentioned that for Eureka, their game tomorrow against Fortuna is basically a playoff game. If they lose, there's no postseason.
Well, you have to hit 500 in some category, and the way they're going to guarantee a 500 record is beating Fortuna within their division, because the only other division game they got is against Del Norte. So the big game for Eureka. The rest of the games for Eureka are playoffs because they played such a tough non-conference schedule.
They put 22 seconds on the clock on 1st and 10. Back to pass, Olney. Here comes the pressure, scrambling out to his right. Slings it out there. It's caught, and finding some room and getting another 1st down is Bodie Joyner into Del Norte territory at about the 45. 12 seconds left. They'll stop the clock while they move the chains.
Coach Tomlin wishes he had that timeout from yelling at the refs.
Clock starts. Throws it to the sidelines. It's caught, and they tried the little hook and ladder play, and it goes out of bounds. That does stop the clock at the 40 with 2 seconds left.
This is it.
And backing up is the Warriors' safeties, Gonzalez and Price. The ball will be placed on the far side hash mark at the 40. We'll have 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left.
I'd like to see a Kai Boss sack right here to end the half.
Thrapp is in the slot to the right. Olney back to pass. Throws it over the middle. It's caught and stopped. Making the tackle for Del Norte. As the quarter ends, I believe that's Slayton it was. And that is the end of the first half. One that saw Del Norte score each time it had the ball. 3 possessions, 3 touchdowns, and the Warriors lead St. Bernard's 20-6. We'll be back with the Haiuchi Hamlet halftime report after this. We're broadcasting live with Warrior Pride. You're listening to Del Norte Sports.
It's time for the Haiuchi Hamlet halftime report. For all your convenience store needs, stop into the Haiuchi Hamlet, broadcasting live with Warrior Pride.
The Haiuchi Hamlet, nestled in the redwoods by the Smith River, is your store of convenience. Whether you're spending the day at the river swimming, fishing, hiking, camping, or just taking a leisurely drive, Haiuchi Hamlet has everything you need, from hot snacks, cold beverages, and groceries to fishing tackle and gas. Stop in to see what kind of goodies you can find whenever you're nearby. Haiuchi Hamlet, proud supporters of the Del Norte Warriors.
Freeman Rock is your complete source for landscaping products, including topsoil and soil amendments. Buying your products in bulk is the most economical and ecologically friendly. And Freeman Rock also delivers. Freeman Rock is open Monday through Friday, 7 to 5, and Saturday by appointment. Freeman Rock has supplied our communities with quality ready-mix concrete, sand, and gravel, and now landscaping supplies since 1976. Check out our new updated interactive website, freemanrock.com, or call 469-2444.
Accidents and illnesses usually happen without warning and often at the most inconvenient times. That's why Sutter Coast Healthcare Center Walk-In Clinic is here to help. We're open 7 days a week from 8 in the morning until 6 o'clock at night. No appointment needed. Our network of highly trained providers and staff treat all kinds of non-emergent, non-life-threatening issues such as animal bites, fevers, coughs, cuts, sprains, and sports injuries. Find us at 785 East Washington Boulevard, Suite 10 in Crescent City. For more information, visit sutterhealth.org/coast.
When you choose L&L Design and Construction, it's a game changer. They can do it all. New home construction, remodels large or small, garages and manufactured home site development. They're local, reliable, and love this community. When it comes to design and construction, choose the LoFazio family at L&L, proud supporters of the Del Norte Warriors. Start planning for spring today. Call 707-465-6432, license number 931605.
Hi, this is John Pritchett, and this is Warrior Focus. It was an impressive week for the Del Norte High girls tennis team. Last Saturday, the Warriors went to Eureka and demolished St. Bernard's 9-0. 3 days later, Del Norte was home, but the score was the same. This time, the Warriors shutting out McKinleyville. 7 Del Norte seniors were honored that day. This coming Saturday, Del Norte is at home against Eureka, then head to Arcata on Tuesday to wrap up the regular season. A week from tomorrow, Del Norte will be in Fortuna for the Humboldt Del Norte League Singles Championships. The Del Norte boys soccer team turned in another solid week. First, the Warriors posted a scoreless draw at Arcata, followed by a 5-3 victory over McKinleyville on Wednesday. On the girls' side, Del Norte's winning streak came to an end this week as the Warriors were topped by Arcata 3-1, then tipped by McKinleyville 1-0. Tomorrow, Del Norte travels to Eureka, with the boys' teams playing at 1 p.m. and the girls at 3 o'clock. On Wednesday, Del Norte will play host to Ferndale at 3:30 for the boys, 5:30 for the girls. The final weekend of the regular season is on tap Sunday for teams in the Six Rivers Youth Football League, including all 5 Del Norte squads. In AAA action, Del Norte is 5-1, tied with 2 other clubs for first place. The Warriors blanked Redwood last weekend 14-0 and will play host to McKinleyville Sunday at 4 p.m. Both Del Norte teams are 2-5 in the AA division. Del Norte Blue beat McKinleyville last week 12-0 and will take on Eel River at noon on Sunday. The Gold were bested by Redwood 19-0 and will take on Mac at 2 p.m. In the Single A division, Del Norte improved to 3-3 last week by dropping Redwood 19-6. It's a noon game Sunday next for Del Norte against McKinleyville. All those Del Norte games will be played right here at Mike Whalen Field. For Warrior Focus, I'm John Pritchett.
It's time for the Haiuchi Hamlet halftime report. For all your convenience store needs, stop into the Hiuchi Hamlet, broadcasting live with Warrior Pride. And now, with all your halftime stats, here's Mad Dog and John.
Welcome back to the Hiuchi Hamlet halftime report, where our score here at halftime, Del Norte leading the St. Bernard's Crusaders 20-6 here at Mike Whalen Field on a rainy Friday night here at home for Del Norte. And what a first half it was for Del Norte. Del Norte came out, both teams drove the ball down the field on the first possessions. Tie score 6-6. The Warriors put up 6 more and then had a crucial hold on defense where Del Norte had a 3-and-out against the Crusaders offense, and then the Warriors scored. Late drive by St. Bernard's, got a couple first downs by Omi, but what a great first half by the Warriors. And joining me here at the halftime show is one of the JV coaches, one of the varsity coaches. He's coached everything for Del Norte, Mr. Gene Mitchell. Gene, thanks for joining me at halftime. But I tell you what, you were sitting over there with headsets on the other side. Del Norte couldn't have scripted this any better in the first half.
No, went exactly how we wanted it. We pretty much dominated up front. We wanted to run the ball. We wanted to keep it away from them, and we did that in the first half.
How concerned were you in that first quarter and that first drive of ours, besides that Blackburn 50-yard run? The defense from St. Bernard's came in a little more fired up than our front line on offense.
Yeah, they came out. We knew they would. They're gonna blitz a lot. They're gonna dare you to do. They're gonna try to take certain things away from you and dare you to do things. So you just have to kind of stay the course with them, and you'll hit them for big plays, and we have.
Well, I think what you really noticed is your bread and butter, especially against Moreau Catholic, against Mazama, was hitting them in the belly, which is the A gap right there.
Yeah.
With your running attack, then it opens up the outside. Right, because they really attacked your tackles off the get-go and did a good job in the first drive, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. And the running backs are actually staying real patient. They're not, if you get a yard gain, get a yard gain. That's what they need to keep doing, and the holes are open.
So what you were down there on the sideline, or you were talking to the coach on the sideline. What was Coach Tomlin so upset about there during that timeout when he came out to the middle of the field?
He was hollering that we haven't had lined up offsides all season, and now all of a sudden we have 3,
Well, me and John talked about it. Usually you get 1 or 2 of those a game. There was 7. You guys had 1 on your side, too.
1, yeah.
But maybe a point of emphasis they're making tonight?
Yeah, but we were looking. You could see the first few, especially.
Pretty obvious.
Yeah, I mean, the nose was almost nose to nose with Luke, who's our center. So, I mean, he's offsides, if that's the case.
Just so you know, I did call the 4th down touchdown.
Oh, okay.
Gene, Coach Pritchett said during the timeout, Coach Horner, what are you going to do here? I said, we're going to do a little trickery here. We're going to get the ball to Price, and he's going to throw the ball in the end zone.
Yep.
Sure enough, that's what happened, and Pritchett called me out. He says, I knew you were at practice.
I won't tell anybody. But
what a great first half. What do the Warriors got to do here in the second half to make sure they can put this thing away at home?
I think the same. Defensively, we just need to be dominant up front and just not let the quarterback run wild. That's a big thing for them. He's their leading rusher at quarterback. So if we can get some pressure on him, keep him uncomfortable, it makes the passing game a little bit harder, especially in this rain.
Absolutely. Thrapp 2 catches for 6 yards.
That's great. I mean,
could you ask for anything more from your defensive backs?
No. We preach it all week. Let's just keep them in front of us, make them drive down the field. So,
and I can guarantee you the Del Norte offensive line, the whole squad, the whole town is stoked to have your son back at running back. He does a great job of just leaning forward and picking up what they give him.
Yeah, I've been on him since he's a little kid. We're not fast, son. We run straight ahead.
Straight ahead. Balanced rushing attack for the Warriors. 55 yards by Cox Cooley, 59 yards by Mitchell, the 50-yard run by Blackburn, and Gonzalez had a huge 11-yard run.
That was a beautiful run. You had to see it. He, he's fairly quick, but he just gave a little shoulder dip that caused the kid to come down, and that allowed him to bounce it out. And then a great job by Caleb Price blocking.
I called that on the radio too. I said I have never seen a receiver block the whole time until Gio got there. So it was like a 5-second block.
Yep.
He kept blocking.
We kept looking for the flag. We kept looking for the hold. No hold.
Touchdown. But what you really noticed was he didn't try to control his shoulder pads. He just kept popping them in the chest.
Yep.
which I thought he did a great job.
As a receiver, you're basically playing basketball. You're playing defense like you do on basketball. So you're just keeping him between yourself between him and the ball carrier.
One of the unsung heroes for sure when it comes to that. You know, I saw the one drive that St. Bernard's did have with Omi having success was the linemen of St. Bernard's were getting to the second level to Faulkner and Slayton, and Omi was able to make that read off that block.
Yeah,
what does Del Norte have to do on that front line to make sure that they can make that adjustment so those linemen aren't getting to that second level?
Well, we missed some tackles for one,
right?
And our two defensive ends, and Kaiba and Sam Showerman, they're going to have a big second half because they're going to have to. They're not going to be able to just leave those two. As you started to see there, they were both starting to make some plays. It's hard to emulate this offense in practice. I mean, we did as good a job as we could, as good a job as I seen emulating it, but it's hard until you really see it and you pick up the speed of it. Those two started to pick it up, and you can't block them one-on-one. So,
no, absolutely not. And I tell you what you really did notice in that second quarter is our offensive line started to oppose their will on that defensive line. All of a sudden, the line of scrimmage was moving the right direction in the second quarter. We saw that in the second half last year in St. Bernard's because the first half was pretty tight, but we started to see that a little earlier tonight. We started to see that in the second quarter where Del Norte's front line really started to oppose the will.
Well, we have a new starter in there this week in Noah Yang. He's a good lineman. So, they got to gel. It takes some time to gel too, and they're on it. Looks like they're on their blocks. We did miss a few blocks early on, but the kids, we come back, run the same plays, and they didn't make the same mistake. So that's what you hope from your kids. You make a mistake, don't make it again.
Well, the rain's starting to come down here pretty heavily here at halftime. The St. Bernard's Crusaders are dovering underneath the trees. Coach Tomlin, what do you think he's telling his kids, and what do they have to do to try to upset the Warriors here in the second half?
They're going to do the same. I mean, it's funny because they want to throw the football, but, with Omi at quarterback, they always have one of the best athletes on the field. So if they can't throw, he's going to be a threat. I'm sure he has a few tricks up his sleeve. So those types of things we have to expect. They're still going to throw. They might not throw as much, but right now the key for us is up front is in defensive line. If we can dominate in the second half, there ain't going to be much that they can do.
Well, Coach Mitchell, thanks for coming up and speaking to us at halftime. Your JV team will be back in action in 2 weeks against Eureka. Yep. I guarantee your squad's going to be fired up and ready to go. Little learning lesson. Luckily, it was at the JV level where you need to control those emotions and take care of situations. Right. Saw them out working hard this week at practice, and it was a great benefit to be able to help the varsity running that scout team.
Oh yeah, without a doubt, it's good for the JV squad too. They get to play go against the older kids. It's a lot faster pace. Kids are bigger and stronger, and it'll help the kids. And maybe even find a couple kids you can pull up for playoffs and stuff.
Right, learning lesson for them, and I thought you guys did a great job of disciplining the kids this week at practice, addressing the issue, and then move forward.
It's a hard thing because we preach that we're a family, and you protect your family. Yeah. We just said we just need to do it the right way, and try to get our guys out of there. And it's on the coaching staff too. Same thing. We seen stuff out. I'm running out of the field trying to get our kids back, and last thing I thought about was turning around and saying, "Hey guys, we can't come out on the field."
All right, Coach Mitchell, thanks for joining us tonight. And while Pritchett comes back in the studios here or in the press box, I'm going to take a look here at the first half stats.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. First half stats for St. Bernard's. We had 9 rushes for 32 yards. 7 of 8 passing for 64. That means St. Bernard's only had 96 yards of total offense. And I'm going to repeat that for John one time as he comes in. St. Bernard's had 96 total yards in the first half, 64 yards passing, 32 rushing. And taking a look at the Warriors side, we had 26 rushes for 184 yards, 2 of 4 passing for 24 yards, 208 yards of total offense. Balanced rushing attack for the Warriors. Cox Cooley had 11 carries for 55. Mitchell, 59 yards on 9 carries, Blackburn had 50 yards on that one carry. And obviously the big catch of the night was the pass from Price to O.J. Kaleha as he picks up the 21-yard touchdown. And talking to Coach Mitchell, Del Norte couldn't have probably scripted that any better, John.
No, it went just about exactly the way Del Norte wanted. They had the ball 3 times. They scored touchdowns 3 times. St. Bernard's was limited not only in what they could do offensively, but just the number of possessions they had. They just had 3 possessions, really did not, and one, they had very little time to do anything, the third one. And now the rain has started, and that has to play in Del Norte's favor. It's difficult for a passing team to throw the ball in wet weather. It's going to be a tough row to hoe, as we've mentioned already, for the Crusaders. But Del Norte has to maintain its emotional edge. They have now put the foot to the floor, pedal to the metal, the foot on the throat of their opposition. And what did Gene do to my headphones? I've got a buzz now. It was fine until you and Gene started.
Well, Gene started dancing up here. We started doing
that explains it. That explains it.
You put me and Mitchell up here in the same spot, you're in trouble, John.
You're listening to the Haiuchi Hamlet Halftime Report. The Haiuchi Hamlet, which has hot drinks and cold snacks. They have cold drinks and hot snacks. They have everything you want, everything you need. All at the Haiuchi Hamlet, located on U.S. Highway 199 in
Haiuchi.
Because where else would they put the Haiuchi Hamlet? Mad Dog, what does the weather mean for these two teams?
I think ball control is going to be huge for both teams. I think a fumble or a turnover can either get St. Bernard's back in this game or it can seal the deal for the Crusaders. So I think if we had a turnover here in the third quarter, it could be a huge break for each one of the teams. So ball control is going to be huge as this rain starts to come down. I believe both teams are going to run the ball here in the second half. I think Omi's going to start running. I think they're going to get Hagler into the mix a little bit, and I wouldn't be surprised to see Coach Tomlin kind of switch things up a little bit here.
Defensive coordinator Darren LaFazio and the rest of the Warriors staff made a decision that talented Crusaders wide receiver Lane Thrapp would not beat Del Norte. They put double coverage on him. He has 38 catches this season, over 1,000 yards receiving, and he has what? 1, 2.
Because the one little screen he lost 4 yards on.
That's correct.
two catches for 6 yards. That ain't gonna do it for you.
Warriors will kick off the start of the second half. Next week we will be in Fortuna for the conference game between the two teams. In the non-conference battle earlier this year here at Mike Whalen Field, Del Norte won 29-13. Question there is how healthy the Huskies will be, as talented running back Levi Nyberg, was injured in PE class this week, which undoubtedly makes a long season for Coach Mike Benbow even longer.
And you run into that situation where Eureka could be minus Bell tomorrow, their quarterback that does everything for the Loggers. So a really interesting game presenting themselves tomorrow night in Logger territory. Big game for both teams. Fortuna needs to win out, and Eureka doesn't want to be in any tougher situation they're at. They need to win tomorrow night for sure, because it's no easy road after that when they got to play St. Bernard's in Eureka and then come to Del Norte at the end.
Warriors getting ready to kick off, left to right, west to east. And let's see if they do the little pooch kick again. They do. And a fair catch is called for and taken by the Crusaders. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Warriors at the 36-yard line. And quick technical question, JD, back at the studio. Are you getting that hum as well, or is it just at our end? Okay, I've been told no hum. So we will continue on. Our friend Tag, who's doing the game back to Humboldt County, they're having all types of technical issues. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left, I formation, handoff to the running back straight ahead, and a gaggle of Warriors come together to make the tackle after a modest gain, maybe 2. They're at the bottom of the pile for the Warriors. is big number 76, Luke King. And contrary to what my notes say, he is not 6'11" and 265 pounds. He's 6'1", 265. Second down and 8 coming up. The ball at the 38.
St. Bernard's has it back in the backfield. That's Spinotti on the carry.
Fakes it to him, throws it. It's caught. Penalty flag comes down. It's going to be good for a first down. Making the catch was Peyton Smith. Making the tackle for Del Norte, Connor Long. Ball is stopped at the 47-yard line. There's a penalty flag at the 41.
Not sure what that would be, right in the area of the line of scrimmage.
It was
Could
thrown.
be a pick play.
Yeah, that I have a feeling you're right. No, it's against Del Norte.
Holding. So the play's going to stand. It's going to be a 7-yard gain and a first down for St. Bernard's.
They'll put the ball down at the Crusaders' 46-yard line, make it the 47. That is in the swampy part of the field. In the shotgun is Will Olney. Hits the ball, fakes the handoff, looks. Now he's going to scramble out to his left, and he's got lots of green grass in front of him. Stumbles and gets upended. Making the tackle for Del Norte was Gio Gonzalez, but not before Olney gets to the Del Norte 45-yard line. Gain of 9 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 1.
Connor Long, he was supposed to eye him in the middle of the field, a middle linebacker, and he slipped. Got a late start at Omi, and Omi took advantage of it, got 9 yards.
One running back to the right of Olney. Olney takes it himself and gets stood up and driven back. He will not get the first down. It's going to be 3rd down. Kai Ba is there at the bottom. So is Slayton. So is Showerman. And it's going to be 3rd down and 1. The nose of the football will be touching the Del Norte 45, and they have to get past the 46.
Coach Mitchell talked a lot about Showerman and Ba. See if this offensive line can hold them back here in the second half, or Ba can oppose his will here.
2 wide receivers split way out wide to the right. Running to the left is Olney. He splits the defense and picks up the first down. Making the tackle for the Warriors is Connor Long with the help from Tanner Forkner. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Crusaders.
As I expected, I had a pretty sneaky suspicion that St. Bernard's was going to run the ball because they haven't been able to stop the Warrior offense. And I believe his best defense is going to be being out there on the field.
20-6 our score here early in the 3rd quarter on the Southern Coast Hospital scoreboard. John Pritchett, John Horner with you here on KPOD, Crescent City, 97.9 FM and DelNorteSports.com. Only in the shotgun. Man come in motion. He's empty now. Looking, throws it, wide open receiver, caught, but making the tackle rather quickly for the Warriors on the far side of the field is Nick Freeman. Nevertheless, Joyner with the catch, and it's going to be 2nd down and 1.
Freeman with a huge cushion out there on Joyner. We're going to see if he tightens it up a little bit here. It's an easy hitch play.
Olney gets the ball. Same play, same result. Joyner falls down after picking up the first down. 3rd first down of this drive. Ball now inside the 30 to the 28. 1st and 10. Clock running. As Del Norte seems to be saying, we're going to bend, we're not going to break. Man comes in motion to the far side of the field. Only takes it himself, slips, and gets swallowed alive by Luke King.
Going to be a 2-yard loss.
The 6'11", no, check that, 6'1". I didn't notice I'd made that mistake.
That's good. I'm just glad I haven't read it yet.
By the way, Tag has not found the little surprise I left on his wall.
He hasn't?
No. At least he hasn't said anything. It's still hanging there. 2nd down and 12 after the loss. Only takes it himself right side, turns the corner, hurdles one would-be tackler, and gets another first down for the Crusaders.
It's going to be good for him, but it looks like about 13 yards on the play.
Gonzalez, I believe, with the tackle.
Are they going to give him the first? It's close. Yep.
First down for St. Bernard's. Del Norte leading 20-6, but the ball now inside the 20 of Del Norte at about the 16. Running back to the left of Olney. Back to pass. And the pass is low and incomplete. Tried to hit Joyner again on the far side. And that stops the clock. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Omi, that breaks his streak. He had completed 8 straight passes. Now he's 8 of 9. 8 of his last 9. He has actually only had 2 incomplete passes all night. He is now 10 of 11.
His white jersey covered in mud. Looking, throws. It's caught, but quickly tackled by Gonzalez. Making the play is Petrucia. Gain of, let's call it 6. It's going to be 3rd down and 4. The ball sitting on the 10-yard line of Del Norte. Fanati comes back in at running back for the Crusaders. He goes in motion to the far side of the field. Waiting for the snap. And now Olney is going to call timeout, as whatever St. Bernard's wanted to do was not working as planned. That gives us a chance to say hello to some more Sportscaster Club members, including Del Norte Office Supply. Customer service, you should expect that. Brookings Harbor Veterinarian Hospital, caring for our four-legged friends. The Clubhouse, Play Center, and Daycare. For drop-in play and daycare, you can stop by 745 Railroad in Brookings, Oregon. Elk Valley Casino, there is always big game ahead. Hemmingson Contracting for all landscaping, paving, and road construction projects. And Del Norte Tire. The Barnes family says our roots are here, not just our branches.
7:36 left here in the third quarter on the Sutter Coast Hospital scoreboard. Del Norte leading 20-6. The other Big Four conference game will be tomorrow as Fortuna heads to Eureka. And just the way we sit right now, St. Bernard's sitting at number 1 in Division 6. St. Bernard's is sitting at, Eureka's sitting at number 5, I believe, John?
I'm sorry?
5? North Coast sections, I think Eureka's 5.
I believe you're right.
5, and Fortuna's sitting at 10 right now, as Del Norte is at 3. A win tonight could probably guarantee Del Norte moving up that one spot with the strength of schedule.
Levi Cox-Cooley tries to run out and gets told, no, you have to go back. Now here comes Kenji Adams-Lee in for Del Norte, and he is going to be lined up as a cornerback. Let's see if Olney tries to take advantage of that. Olney slips, and he is going to get sacked.
Faulkner.
Tanner Faulkner coming off the right edge and tracks down Olney, the second sack of the night for Del Norte.
We got a flag on the far side of the field. Not sure what it was. Kenji Adam-Lee ran out there to...
Holding against Del Norte. Take the sack off the list.
Oh, man, that's a huge penalty for the Warriors.
That will give the Crusaders a first down inside the Del Norte 10.
So instead of 4th and 15, it's now going to be 1st and goal.
Coach White, about 10 yards on the field, expressing his thoughts. And he's being told, calm down by the official.
Taking a look at the replay right now, but I think it might have been Kenji Adam-Lee on the outside, way out there. As Cox-Cooley's back in the ball game now.
And what was strange about that was Cox-Cooley came running out and was told, no, you have to go back. And so then Kenji Adams-Lee came in.
Yep.
So now it's
what? How can it?
It's 3rd down and 5.
Not sure, John.
I do not understand what happened.
Here we go. 3rd and 5.
3rd and 5. Back to pass only. Throwing it into the end zone and way overthrown. He overthrew that by almost 10 yards.
Yeah, it was 10 yards outside of the end zone for sure.
Yes. I mean,
it was a long ways. Only his 3rd incompletion of the night, though.
Cox Cooley on the coverage. And now it is 4th down and 5. I don't understand how there was a holding penalty. And
definitely worked out for us, though, John.
It did. And it was, okay, whatever.
We're going to move forward. So here we go. 4th and big 4th down here for St. Bernard's. They're going to go for it.
Hands the ball off, and Connor Long comes up and makes the tackle. Connor Long, the senior, read the play perfectly, dragged down the running back. The Warriors defense holds.
Fanati had nowhere to go when he caught the pitch to the outside. Very uncharacteristic 4th down play by Coach Tomlin there. Loss of 5, and it's Warrior football.
1st and 10, Del Norte on their own 19-yard line, leading 20-6. 7:05 to go, 3rd quarter.
What a drive this could be here for the Warriors.
Key thing.
Ball security.
Ball security. Price sprints out wide to the left. Single running back behind Kalea. Hands the ball off. 1st down and more. That's Kobe Mitchell past the 40-yard line. The big senior missing 2.5 games, but imposing his will on St. Bernard's tonight at the fullback position.
20-yard gain by Mitchell, and they're just tearing through that front line of St. Bernard's now, just opposing their will.
1st and 10 from the 40-yard line.
That's 80 yards for Mitchell now on 10 carries.
And we have timeout on the field as a Crusader player was limping off.
Or Price is over there. Or they're fixing the chain. We had an issue with the chain over there.
There's a kink in the chain.
We can't have that because that's a very precise measuring tool. It was calibrated before the game.
Real quick, taking a look at the ratings, as mentioned, Del Norte is number 3 in Division 5. St. Bernard's number 1 in Division 6. Now, for what it's worth, Max Prep has Del Norte as the 30th best team in the North Coast section. And it features 107. St. Bernard's is 31st, and Eureka is 32nd.
We're right there.
Fortuna is 55th.
No, still, all 4 of them are in the top third.
A steady drizzle continues. And the penalty flag comes down.
Oh, no way. Is he offsides again?
And it is offside against St. Bernard's.
Oh, no. You know, Coach Gene Mitchell said, I talked to him about what Coach Tom was upset about. He said that he's been doing that all year and just now getting called on it. I believe it's one of the linemen turning kind of sideways a little too close. And but you got to make the adjustment.
2nd down and 5. Ball now at the 45. Kaleha goes under center. Blitz. Ball's handed off to Mitchell. And he's going to pick up a couple 3. Gets it near the 48-yard line before he's brought down. 2nd down on its way, and it's going to be 2nd and 3. 6:15 to go, 3rd quarter on the Sutter Coast Hospital scoreboard. 20-6, Del Norte leading in the Big 4 conference opener.
Well, I don't know if you could have scheduled your season any better than this right here, John. This team looks so fresh, this Del Norte team, coming off that Trinity game where they got a little bit of a break. Then you had that bye week.
With a bye.
And now you're right into conference play, and they look sharp.
And handoff is going to go to, the ball actually popped loose for a second. It's still loose. What happened was they tried to run a read option with Mitchell, and Kalea tried to keep it after kind of handing it off, and then they plowed into the line. Eventually, the ball popped loose.
Showerman ended up with it, and he's going to get the first down.
First down for Del Norte now at the St. Bernard's 47-yard line.
Definitely a read option that OJ tried to keep, though. I can tell you that.
You gotta be smooth on that. And considering the ball is wet and slippery, as the heavy drizzle continues to come down, ball now in the middle of the field, which is the worst part of the field in terms of tracking. Price all by himself, wide to the left, the wide side of the field. Man coming in motion, handoff to Mitchell, who slipped right as he started to get going.
That is the rough part of the field right there. It's where the Warrior football is, and we know that the blue paint that they use every year kills the grass, so it's just mud there.
The green Warriors, where Warriors is scripted out, it's still fine. But the blue paint kills the grass every year. But the field looks, we love having the numbers. Thank you guys so much. The lines are straight, which doesn't always happen, especially, remember that year in McKinleyville? Yeah. It looked like Helen Keller had put them down. Handoff goes to Gonzalez, and he'll pick up one. It's going to be 3rd down and 8. Ball's going to be exactly on the 45-yard line, exactly in the middle of the field. 20-6 our score, 4 minutes and 5 seconds left to go in the quarter.
Then again, we can always be in Eureka where they don't paint the sidelines.
They don't paint. I was thinking about that 2010 game the other day where twice Del Norte had long touchdown runs called back. When the official said that the Del Norte running back had stepped out of bounds, the question was, how could you tell since there were no lines on that side of the field? I remember talking to Coach Ray Rook. We walked over there, and it's like, this game shouldn't have ever been played. And we have a penalty on St. Bernard's.
Coach Tomlin fired up at his team. Nice hard count right there. Huge break. 3rd and 9 is going to turn into 3rd and 4 for the Warriors. And now you really open up that playbook to a couple run plays here.
9 penalties against the Crusaders. Ball now at the 40 of St. Bernard's. They have to get to, Del Norte has to get to the 37.
Wouldn't be surprised, just maybe even a QB sneak here or something.
Or QB draw.
Yeah.
Warriors hustle to the line of scrimmage. Price and Gonzalez wide to the right. Gonzalez in the slot. Handoff. Del Norte, and not getting much penetration. In fact, they're going to say no gain as Cox Cooley got met at the line of scrimmage and driven back.
They're blitzing and sending everybody at the A gap right now. They're going to force Del Norte to try to go outside and make a cut.
4th down and 4.
See if Coach White makes the adjustment here. I could see that veer option. Just tell Mitchell we're not going to give it to you. I could see OJ keeping it around the end here.
Yeah, you called it earlier tonight on Del Norte's last touchdown. A trick play where the ball went to Caleb Price and thrown back. Under center is Kalea, and Del Norte calls timeout. First one of the second half for the Warriors. And that gives us a chance to say hello to some more Sportscaster Club members, including H&R Block. Get your maximum refund, guaranteed. Hambro WSG, recycling, storage, truck repair, and waste removal. Harbrook Jewelers, custom jewelry and excellent customer service. England Marine, fishing, marine, and outdoor equipment. Go Warriors! Can't believe I said it like that.
That was fantastic.
It wasn't good.
Sound like a cheerleader.
Park City Superette, the little store and more, and Suburban Propane. Their business is customer satisfaction. And Mad Dog, the rain, it's no longer a drizzle. It's a storm.
It's a sheet coming down.
It's not a sheet.
It's like a sheet of rain.
It's not a sheet.
It's
of
like
rain.
a blanket.
It's not a blanket. It's just rain.
Just rain. I'm the color guy. I'm supposed to really dazzle up that rain, John. You know what I'm saying? It's like a sheet of rain out there.
Go Warriors.
Hey, don't you gotta love Larson? Look at Larson out there. He's got his little plate to get the kids' cleats wiped off. He wanders around the field.
That's Eli Larson, who would have been a standout lineman for the Warriors, but hurt his knee in teen league basketball.
He's doing his part out there.
So 4th and 4. Man comes in motion. Handoff, Mitchell, right up the middle, sprinting away. He's at the 10, the 5, touchdown, Kobe Mitchell.
Oh, from 40 yards out. What a run by Kobe.
What a call by Del Norte.
I did not see that coming. I think that was the key. I think even Coach Tomlin thought we were going to try to bounce that thing outside. Quick opener up the middle. He says, I bet you Coach Whitesall, they're not going to blitz the middle here. And that's exactly what happened. They didn't blitz the middle, and Mitchell just took off right up the middle.
Kenji Adams-Lee in for the extra point. Del Norte now leading 26-6. Waiting for the snap. It's good. There's the hold. There's good. There's the kick. It is good as well. Del Norte 27. St. Bernard's 6.
And that touchdown's brought to you by L&L Design and Construction. For home and remodels and new construction, call 707-465-6432. That's L&L Design and Construction.
So, Mad Dog, let's look into the future a little bit, and let's assume that Del Norte is able to hold this 3-touchdown lead. Next week, Fortuna. The Huskies are definitely down. Del Norte has already beat them once. If Del Norte assumes they're just going to be able to walk into Husky land and just dismiss the Fortuna and Coach Mike Bimbo, just the 2-time defending section champions, Del Norte's got another thing coming.
Absolutely. Next week's going to be a huge game once again. And, you say playoff football starts for Eureka. Playoff football starts for all 4 of these teams. All 4 of these teams, these last 3 games. And I tell you what, there's a lot of pride in the friendly city in Fortuna. Nobody likes to lose at home, and Fortuna definitely doesn't like to lose to Del Norte at home. So the Fortuna faithful will be fired up next week as the Warriors make that road trip.
And then 2 weeks from tonight, we will be back here for the regular season finale as Eureka comes to town.
The White Bowl.
Eureka is 3-4. Depending on what happens tomorrow against Fortuna, and a penalty has being assessed against Del Norte. And so Del Norte will be kicking off from its own 25. Missed the signal on that.
Seeing Del Norte against St. Bernard's, and we've already seen Fortuna, it's a pretty good chance that Eureka Del Norte game, the last game of the season, could be for the Big Four title.
So Kenji Adams-Lee will kick, as we said, from his own 25. It's another pooch kick, and that ball lands and goes out of bounds. So there's a penalty.
They might have us kick it again.
They could, or they could take it where it went out of bounds at the 42.
Push him back. Tomlin says push him back.
So now Del Norte will be kicking off from its own 20. 10th penalty of the night for 90 yards.
Not sure what they're going to talk about here. It's pretty simple.
The officials are going to kick it around. Now they're going to go talk to St. Bernard's coach Tomlin again. And he says, kick it again.
Coach Slayton's over here.
They're going to put it. They're going to put the 5-yard penalty from the spot the ball basically went out of bounds, and it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Crusaders from the 50-yard line. Now they're going to talk about it some more.
They're going to put it over here in the mud. I tell you what, this is, I hate to say do or die in the third quarter, but with the Warriors up by 21 now and 2 minutes left here in the third quarter, this is a big, big drive for the Crusaders.
Del Norte leading 27-6. Crusaders with the ball. Pitch play going to the far side, trying to find some corner. Gets around the corner before getting tackled as Fanati, thank you very much. But there's penalty flags all over the place.
Yeah, it looked like a receiver on the outside that made the seal. Could have been a holding call.
Making the tackle for Del Norte was Slayton on the far side of the field.
And there's actually another penalty in the middle of the field.
So here comes the signal. It's holding against St. Bernard's and holding against St. Bernard's. So one of those penalties will be declined. That will be the one that was farther up the field. And it looks like the other one will be assessed from the Del Norte 46-yard line.
So it's going to bring up a first and 15. 15 and a half.
20 penalties tonight, 10 on each team. Ball marched all the way back to the 44 of St. Bernard's. Clock starts. Exactly 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. 27-6 our score. Del Norte leading on the Sutter Coast Hospital scoreboard. Single running back to the left of Olney. Warriors fake a blitz. Quick pass. Caught. Tackle is missed. But coming over is Connor Long. He makes sure he does not miss the tackle on Peyton Smith all the way to the 40-yard line. And that's going to be very close to a first down.
Yeah, they're going to give it to him. 15 yards on the catch. Omi's been very efficient passing in this rain. He's thrown the ball 15 times with 3 incompletions.
But here in the second half, Del Norte has made a decision. We're going to play off your receivers. We're going to let you catch the underneath stuff, and we're going to come up and make the tackle. We're going to make you earn every yard. There's the snap. Pressure comes. Olney gets away down the left side and gets upended again as Gio Gonzalez and Sam Showerman is down, punching the field in obvious pain. And the clock's going to be stopped. Also struggling to get up is Gio Gonzalez. He's the one that made the tackle on Olney.
It's going to be good for 9 yards. Olney's going to pick up 9.
Showerman, who stepped into the role that was going to be held by Eli Larson and has just played outstandingly this season, 250 pounds off more. And losing him would be a huge blow. Gonzalez seems to be...
penalty on the far side. As Coach Tomlin is having words with the officials.
And Showerman is being taken off the field, his right leg being supported. That is not a good sign. And he is obviously in a lot of pain.
I think it was having the coaches out on the field was the situation. It could be a warning, sideline warning.
Sideline warning being issued to St. Bernard. So at least it wasn't something untoward being said.
Still, Coach Tomlin thinks he's being targeted tonight by the officials.
So Showerman out. So it's going to be Kai Baugh, Luke King on the left side of the defensive line for the Warriors. 2nd down and 1. Back to pass is Olney, rolling to his right, swings it out, and it's incomplete as Bonatti could not haul it in. Stops the clock with 1:13 third quarter. 27-6 on the Sutter Coast Hospital scoreboard.
Gio Gonzalez still struggling over here to the far side.
still in the game, but you're right, struggling. Del Norte does not have a lot of depth, especially in the defensive backfield, cornerbacks, safeties.
You got Lofton and OJ on the sidelines that probably could fill in a DB.
Olney gets the ball, and he gets whacked.
Connor Long.
Connor Long is having the best game of his Warrior career defensively tonight against St. Bernard's. He came charging up and just planted only for a 1-yard loss.
I was thinking Faulkner or Slayton was going to eye or spy on Omi, but it's been Connor Long that every time Omi tries to get anywhere, Long's right there.
4th and 2.
Hard count.
In the shotgun, running back directly behind. They pitch it out. Getting some room, getting knocked down, and he is short.
Kaiba
making the tackle. The Warrior defense holds again. And it will be 1st and 10, Del Norte at their own 31-yard line.
Fantastic job by Kaiba fighting off the defensive end. They brought two guys at him to make the block, and Kaiba fought off both of them and came up with a big tackle there.
32 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Warriors leading 27-6 as O.J. Kaleha comes into the huddle from the sidelines. And I have a feeling you are going to see a lot of Kobe Mitchell and Levi Cox-Cooley. Handoff.
Mitchell.
That's Mitchell. And he'll pick up 1 running around the left side.
Mitchell with his 15th carry of the game and well over 100 yards tonight at about 130.
Into the game for the Warriors is Noah Yang, replacing Showerman as the third quarter comes to a close. One that saw Del Norte extend its lead thanks to a 40-yard touchdown blast by Kobe Mitchell. After 3, it's Del Norte 27, St. Bernard 6. We'll be back with the fourth and final quarter after this. We're broadcasting live with Warrior Pride. You're listening to Del Norte Sports.
It's time now for the Warrior of the Week. And it's brought to you by Lisa McCowan, State Farm Insurance. Call Lisa when you want great service and State Farm Insurance. And now, the Warrior of the Week.
Your Lisa McCowan State Farm Insurance Athlete of the Week is Emily Ricks of the Del Norte High girls tennis team. The senior won both sets last Saturday, then did it again on Tuesday against league foes. Now, in those 2 matches, Ricks won 24 of 25 games. She also scored a pair of doubles victories for Del Norte. Lisa McCowan and her team wishes all the Warriors the best of luck the rest of the season. Emily Ricks, your State Farm Insurance Athlete of the Week.
And this has been your Warrior of the Week. And it's brought to you by Lisa McCowan, State Farm Insurance. Call Lisa when you want great service and State Farm Insurance. And that is your Warrior of the Week.
A 27-6 lead for Del Norte as we enter the fourth quarter here in the opening game of the Big Four Conference season. Del Norte in front of St. Bernard's and with the ball and comfortably in front. And what's surprising is Del Norte's defense is dominating the high-powered St. Bernard's offense.
Del Norte's doing a great job. Great game plan by this Warrior defense.
Defensive coordinator Darren LaFazio has done a great job. Handoff to that's Chase Blackburn, and he'll get past the 40 to about the 42. And it's going to be 3rd and short for the Warriors after the senior gets 8.
Del Norte did a great job. Blackburn has a lot of patience coming around the end. Followed his blockers, leaned forward, and got to the outside to the green grass instead of the mud, and was able to accelerate for a couple more yards.
They called that a first down.
Huh.
That was clearly a yard short, but okay. That happened at the end of the first quarter in talking to the timekeeper downstairs. And anyway, 1st and 10 for the Warriors, ball at the 41. And now Kalea will take time off the clock. He gets it, hands it off to Mitchell. Right side, dragging people with him. Mitchell was met at the 42. He went down at the 47. As he dragged would-be tacklers through the mud. And it's going to be second down.
But you can imagine Kobe Mitchell's definitely coming out like he's had 2 or 3 weeks off, isn't he? He's all energized.
Mitchell in the backfield, directly behind Kaleha. And Kaleha watching the timekeeper. Now the count goes on, meaning there's 5 seconds. Hands the ball off. That's Kobe. He gets past the 50. And it's probably going to be, I think it's going to be a first down, Del Norte.
It is the ground and pound game now, Mr. Pritchett. As Kobe Mitchell is pretty muddy, and we're right in the middle of the field. Another 4 yards.
It's interesting, and timeout's going to be called by St. Bernard's. Noah Yang, a reserve senior, had his best game of his career last year against St. Bernard's in Eureka, where he came in on the defensive side of the ball and had one of the great quarters in Warrior history, repeatedly making tackle after tackle. He was injured, had a shoulder problem this year, but now is in for Sam Showerman, and so far has done an admirable job.
Coach Mitchell mentioned him at halftime, saying that having Yang back gives Del Norte's defense and offensive line a little bit more of a break and a little more depth, and it's definitely showing here with Showerman going down, not missing a beat with Yang out there, still pushing the piles.
Warrior Athletics brought to you by Curry Equipment, your one-stop shop for power equipment in Crescent City and Brookings. Warriors come off the side of the field. 1st and 10, ball now at the 49, 10:22 remaining, 27-6 our score. Warriors in front.
As they're going to grind out this clock every time now.
So, quick guess as the Warriors come to the line of scrimmage. What's the lowest total in points that St. Bernard's has had this season? Handoff to Mitchell, right up the middle, behind Luke King, and he picks up about 3.
Let me take a guess. 28 points.
You are incorrect. It's higher.
Really? 20.
No, I stand corrected. They lost to
14.
Templeton.
They had
49-27.
27.
Second down, and let's call it 8 coming up.
But in all their wins, they must be up over 40.
36, 39, 49, 43, 47, and 41 last week in a win against Stellar Prep. Second down, ball now in Crusader territory. Blackburn goes in motion, handoff up the middle to Mitchell again. He gets to the 45 before he gets upended, and it's going to be third down. And it's going to be third down and a good 6. Clock running, 9:25 left in the game. This is certainly going to send a signal up and down. Well, we're in Crescent City, so it's going to go down the North Coast section. St. Bernard's ranked number 1 in Division 6. Now, that's one division lower than the Warriors at Division 5. But nevertheless, when you knock off a number 1 ranked team and do so convincingly, and when you have a team that is just an offensive juggernaut being held to 6 points so far, that is going to be a powerful message. Hand off to Blackburn, and he gets spun into the ground as...
like a corkscrew.
Yeah, that's exactly correct. But he gets it down to about the 41. It's going to be 4th down and 2. And Del Norte will appear to go for it, leading by 3 scores and 8.5 to go.
inside the St. Bernard's 45 down to the 41. They moved it back another foot.
Now they pick it up. They clean it up and they put it back.
Big play here for the Warriors. Man, you could get a first down here. You could eat up another 5 minutes off that clock.
Blackburn comes in motion. Now he reverses himself as Del Norte tries to get St. Bernard's to jump, and instead it's Del Norte that jumps.
Now we might punt.
I think there might have been a whistle that actually caused the jump, and
Delay game maybe from the back.
Yeah, that's what it's going to be.
Looks like we're going to punt then. If we took the delay of game, we're just going to hard snap it. Oh, timeout. We got the timeout
before. We did get the timeout. Okay.
So now Coach White gets an opportunity to decide what they want to do here. 4th and 2. 7:56 here left here in the ball game on the Center Coast Hospital scoreboard. Del Norte leading 27-6.
Warrior Athletics also brought to you by Crescent City Glass. If it's glass, they work with it, serving you since 1947. And Redwood Hotel Casino. Visit Yurok Country. Hotel, restaurant, casino, jet boat tours, and much, much more. That's down in the beautiful city of Klamath. As we previously mentioned, next week, we will be live from the friendly city, Fortuna. As Del Norte, appearing on its way to being 7-1, will take on a Fortuna team that is currently 2-5 and will play at Eureka tomorrow. Other Del Norte foes this year: Monroe Catholic is now 5-2 coming into this weekend. Wairika is 2-4. LaSalle Prep is 3-3 with one forfeit victory. Petaluma 1-6. Mazama 5-1. They lost to the team that's just behind them in the rankings, Marist, last week. Trinity 0-6. Del Norte
lining up to punt.
They are going to punt. That's Kenji Adams' lead. Ball's on the 40, so it'll be easy to figure out how far this one's going to go. High snap goes way over Adam Lee's head. He gets hammered, and jumping on the ball all the way back to the Del Norte 31 is Luke King, I believe.
If you were going to have a mistake in St. Bernard's favor, that was it.
It wasn't Luke King, but nevertheless, that ball was hiked. Well, Wolt Chamberlain on a trampoline might have been able to get it.
Yeah,
it flew a good 15 yards over.
Kenji didn't have a shot.
And he got lit up as he went back to try to pick it up. So St. Bernard's will try to take advantage of the first real Del Norte miscue of the evening. They get the ball 1st and 10 at the Warrior 31. 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right, only in the shotgun. Looking, throws it, it's caught. They try the hook and ladder, and this time it works. It goes to Thrapp. He breaks one tackle, and he will go into the end zone. Just like that, 31 yards. As a play that Del Norte has used in the past against against Fortuna, this time works for the Crusaders.
That quickly, big turnover big field position shift by the Warriors with the bad snap, and this St. Bernard's team can score in a hurry.
Here comes the extra point. So the ball was caught
for 4-yard gain
by Joyner. He then lateraled it as the kick is up and good.
And a 25-yard rush by Thrapp.
Just well executed. And what made that interesting was usually you see that pitch to the outside. Instead, they pitched it to the inside.
I think it was more of you decide which way to go. Because I think he was reading it on which side he could make the best play. And that was well executed by St. Bernard's. Joyner and Thrapp did a great job of reading each other there. And
just like that, Del Norte's comfortable lead is now down to 2 scores. With 7:44 remaining in the game. And one would assume, based on recent history, that another onside kick is on its way.
Well, you have a team that likes the onside kick. OJ coming in the ball game. He said he wanted to play kickoff. He wasn't on it for all week. But look, he's out there. He's ready for his hands shot now.
The hands team is out.
He's warming up his hands over there. Look at him like a shortstop.
Right in the middle of it is Anthony Slayton. So here we go. A quick touchdown by St. Bernard's has given the Crusaders new life. Here we go. It is the onside kick. And Del Norte does an excellent job.
Faulkner. Once again.
Tanner
Great job.
Faulkner actually came up and made it ahead of the 10-yard line. Ball has to go 10 yards. And
we got the kicking tee. What Kai Ba got back there?
Kai Ba went all the way back to the 10-yard line. It's like you lost something. I don't know. Does he wear contacts? There's no way you'd find it in that mud.
It wasn't contacts, I don't think. He threw something off the field.
Okay. So Del Norte gets the ball actually inside St. Bernard's territory, just past the 50-yard line, now leading 27-13. Handoff up the middle is Mitchell, and he spins his way past the 45 to about the 44. As the Warriors are going to try to ground and pound not only the Crusaders, but the clock.
Mitchell, 20 carries tonight. 20 carries, approaching 155, 160 yards.
The big one, that 40-yard touchdown run in the third quarter.
He had 2 for over 20, 1 for 40.
The officials moved the ball back to the 45, so it's almost a 5-yard gain. Tight formation by Del Norte. Handoff, Mitchell again. And he will go down after a short gain, 1 or 2. And a late penalty flag comes sailing in. And a second one flies even higher.
OJ saw something back there. Might go both ways here. We'll see.
So they come up. The back judge talking to the referee. Coach Tomlin on the far side making his feelings adamantly clear, what he thinks. Dead ball foul, personal foul against Del Norte. Dead ball foul, personal foul against St. Bernard's. The penalty's offset. It's going to be 3rd down and 5.
Del Norte's got to find their composure here and put this game away. I tell you what, a good drive here, 3 minutes, and get yourself a score puts this game away. You can't. You got to keep your composure and just keep marching the ball.
O.J. Kalea comes back to the huddle after conferring with the coaching staff. He's looking at 3rd and 5, the ball on the 44 of St. Bernard's. Price comes out wide to the right, all by himself. 2 running backs behind Kalea. He puts Blackburn in motion. He gets the ball, and he will come up short as he gets necktied at about the 44.
No gain on the play, 4th down.
Last time Del Norte was in this situation, they went for the punt, snapped the ball some 40 or 30 yards downfield, and the Crusaders were able to turn it into a quick score. Here comes the punt team. They are going to make the Crusaders go the length of the field. Hagler goes back deep.
This will be interesting. Got to have a good snap here. 4th and 5.
Kenji Adams-Lee is your punter. High snap, but he tracks this one down. Gets off the punt. Nice punt. It's going to land and take a great Del Norte bounce. Inside the 10.
Great kick all the way down to the 5, John.
Back here at near where the line of scrimmage, Luke King got buried and was pleading for some sort of penalty against the Crusaders. Didn't get it. Nevertheless, Kenji Adams-Lee with a perfect punt at an absolutely perfect time.
St. Bernard's will pull out everything they've got in their arsenal right now, John. This is a big, big, tricky
And they'll do
drive here.
They'll do it from the 4-yard line. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Only by himself in the backfield. There he gets the ball. Looking, throws to the right. It's caught, but quickly tackled. Inbounds.
Is that Thrapp?
That was
No,
Thrapp.
Hagler, 33.
Okay. Blackburn with the tackle. 5-12. I don't know why the clock. First down.
Until they reset it. Clock's rolling now.
Waiting for the snap. Olney gets it. Oh, it's a low snap on the ground. Hey, he has to just jump on it.
Flag on the play.
Trevor Freeman's in the game for Del Norte. He made sure that the pressure got in and that Thrapp had to stop. Couldn't just try to pick it up and throw the ball away. Now let's see what the penalty flag is.
Oh, no, they pick it up?
It wasn't the penalty flag. It was the
the beanbag
for the
Gotcha.
fumble.
12-yard loss.
All the way back to the 10. Both teams now a victim of bad snaps. That one's perfect. Only near his own goal line. Throws it out in the flat, and it's
ticked off.
Intercepted! Ethan Price. not Ethan. Caleb Price makes the interception.
What a great job by Caleb Price. I tell you what, the kid is stoked, too. That was the play of the game right there, John.
That's Price's first interception of the season.
Whew.
Has the 9th interception of the season for the Warriors, and it's going to be 1st and 10 Del Norte at the St. Bernard's 32-yard line.
Just a big play by the Warrior defense.
Caleb Price made the diving effort, keeping the ball off the muddy turf of Mike Whalen Field. 4:15 to go. Hands the ball off and rolling off the pile and diving for it to the 30 is Kobe Mitchell.
Mitchell, the workhorse, he is at 22 carries tonight, John.
Give him 2 on the play. It's going to be 2nd and 8. Clock running, less than 4 minutes to go. Del Norte 27. St. Bernard's 13 on the Sutter Coast Hospital scoreboard. Price comes out wide to the left. Single running back behind. That's Mitchell. He gets the ball, holding it tightly with both hands, struggling to pick up 2 more. And it's going to be 3rd down, and let's call it 5.
Boy, you don't get much more conservative play calling than this right here, John.
Just running behind big Luke King, the 3-year starter at center.
We're going A-gap, and we're going to keep running the ball right here.
Down to 3 minutes left. Warriors comfortably ahead, but a mistake on a punt, and then a quick strike, and suddenly the game had issues. Keeping the ball is Kalea, and he is going to lose ground. He's going to get tackled at the 30. And timeout is going to be called by St. Bernard's on 4th down. And it's going to be 4th down and 9.
Lost the 3 for OJ there.
2:40 to go in the game. Too deep to punt. Too far for a field goal. Nothing much to do except run the ball. To get a first down, the game's, for all practical purposes, over.
Absolutely. Big play here for the Warriors. I don't think we do anything different, though. I think you go right back up the middle, John. Does Coach Tomlin think that we're going to go right back up the middle? That is going to be the question. Do they stunt the A-gap like they have the whole 4th quarter so far? We will see.
If Del Norte can hold on, it will be 7-1 overall, 1-0 in conference games. Del Norte looking for its first conference title Double checking that right now. First conference title since 2016. Eureka has won it the past 2 years.
4th and 9.
Ball sitting on the 30.
Offense is definitely out on the field.
2:40 to go. First down here would wrap it up. Price goes out wide to the right. That's the wide side of the field. Ball on the near side hash mark. 2 running backs behind Kalea. Kalea is going to get tackled. He pitches the ball forward. They said he was down. As he tried to roll out, he slipped and he was sacked. And so a loss all the way back to the 36. And now that is where the Crusaders will take over with 2:36 remaining.
Looks like another timeout. Or no, they're just going to come over. Now, will they start a change of possession? The clock won't start.
But the time clock
will
just started. So the Warriors, the defense, going to be challenged.
As Thrapp comes over here to the far side, Cox Cooley has been blanketing them all night at the line of scrimmage.
It's Freeman and King inside. Back to pass. Olney fires it, and it's caught, but grabbing it on a knee was Peyton Smith. Gain of 6 on the play. Clock continues to run. 2:20 Rickdale. Del Norte up by 2 scores, 2 touchdowns. Olney back, straight drop. Throws it over the middle. Almost caught, almost intercepted.
A little bit of everything there. Caleb Price doing a good job of reading Omi's eyes, and that's twice now he's been in the right spot on the right receiver on the throw.
Hagler had it in his hands, lost it, and Price's diving effort came up inches short.
I'm still astonished they've thrown away from Thrapp last 2 times.
3rd and 5. Man comes in motion. Sets up next. Fakes, pump fakes. Thrapp's going to run. Gets the first down and gets tackled past the 50 to about the 45. Connor Long with the tackle on the far side.
Omi's going to get 12.
But that stops the clock. 1:59 to go. Ball now at the 46-yard line.
They're going to run it.
Of Del Norte. Back to pass. Swings it out, and it's incomplete. Tried to make the long pass from the far side hash mark all the way to the numbers on this side, and just did not have enough oomph on it.
And you would think those flat passes going to have to go away from here and start taking some shots down the field. If you're Crusaders.
1:53 to go. Swings it out. Short pass, and everybody's there to make the tackle.
That didn't work out.
Loss of 1 on the play. Faulkner is there. So's King. So's Freeman. 3rd down and 11. 1:25 to go.
Caleb Price needs to shift over here on Thrapp. They're going to take a shot downfield on this side, and Price is on the wrong side.
Back to pass. Looking. Pressure comes. Olney has to swing it out. It's caught and taken down. It's going to be a first down. And we have a timeout, and we may have an injury on the far side. That's the Crusaders.
Number 5.
That's Peyton Smith is hurt. He's helped off the field.
It's going to be a first down, 15-yard gain.
1:08, 1:07, 1:06 to go. Olney comes up. Warriors leading by 2 touchdowns. But St. Bernard's threatening. Looking, fires it. Caught. And stepping out of bounds after making the catch is Joyner. Gonzalez with the coverage. But it will go to the 22. 50 seconds to go. Every time Del Norte keeps St. Bernard's out of the end zone, the closer they come to wrapping up this critical Big Four conference game.
I am surprised how much they haven't targeted Thrapp at throwing the ball. They've thrown away from them all night.
3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right, including Thrapp. Olney throws it. Incomplete. Hit Joyner right in the hands as he was stepping out of bounds. That stops the clock. 45 seconds. 3rd and 1 coming up.
Now Omi has thrown the ball 26 times, approaching 30 throws.
Third down. 3 receivers to the left. Olney's going to take it himself. That's not Olney. That's Hagler in a wildcat formation. He gets knocked out of bounds, but he does pick up the first down, but that takes some more time off the clock, down to 39 seconds.
He went to the wide side of the field. Took him forever to get to the sideline. Good for 3, though.
Ball at the 19, make it the 18 of Del Norte. First down. Olney back in at quarterback. 3 receivers to the right. That's the wide side of the field now. Back to pass. Steps up and gets hammered.
Oh, he just has no time.
As that was Trevor Freeman, the sophomore who has seen more and more time. He had 2 interceptions last week or 2 weeks ago. Clock running. Down to 19, down to 18. Olney gets the ball, fumbles it, picks it up. Here comes the pressure. Gets away from 1, gets away from 2, and now he gets knocked out of bounds with 9 seconds to go.
And you know what? I talked about taking shots down the field.
And they haven't.
In the last 4 or 5 plays, Omi hasn't had time. He takes that 2-step drop, and he's running for his life. 9 seconds left.
It looks like the Warriors and Olney coming slowly all the way to the other end of the field, other side of the field. Remember last year, Olney, who plays both ways, had to leave the game. He was so beat up by Del Norte's defense. 3 receivers to the right, 1, 2 to the left, back to pass. Looking, throws over the middle, caught, touchdown.
Number 18 or 88? Can't tell. It's all muddy.
It is very
88.
So with 5 seconds to go, the Crusaders cut it down to a 1-score game.
It's all about the pride thing at this point, I'm guessing. What a great job of this Warriors defense, execution-wise.
And that was from
10 yards out.
14.
14.
There's the kick. It is good. And so with 5 seconds remaining, it's now Del Norte 27, Crusaders 20.
You know, bent a little bit, but didn't break, didn't give it up easy, made him work for it the whole way down. Let him have the 5-10 yards, played deep, didn't give up the big play. I thought the defense executed very well on that possession to make them use so much time to get down the field.
So now the only thing the Crusaders can do is the onside kick.
And Hail Mary.
Hope to recover it and then get the Hail Mary. So Del Norte's coaching staff will bring its hands team out. Connor Long's out there, Nick Freeman, Blackburn, Dodson, Slayton, Kai Baugh, Faulkner, Price, all of them within a few yards of each other near the 50-yard line, anticipating the onside kick with 5 seconds remaining. If Del Norte can recover it, it's over.
Whew, what a game for the Warriors.
Here it comes. Whistle blows. The white-clad kicker steps up. Onside kick, it's picked up. by Del Norte. A perfect bounce right in the hands of Tanner Forkner.
Forkner's over there. That was his job.
That was the third time he's come up with the onside kick. And now Del Norte will take a knee. It will go to 7-1 and 1-0 in the Big Four Conference. Stay with us after the game for the Freeman Rock postgame show. We'll have stats, we'll recap the scoring, and we'll take a look at next week's game for Del Norte. The Warriors go in victory formation.
What a great job by this Warrior team. Coach and staff did a great job. Very well executed all the way around.
And Kaleha takes a knee. The game is over. The Warriors defeat St. Bernard's 27-20. It got exciting at the end, but Del Norte claims the victory.
What a great job by this Warrior team and St. Bernard's. There was a lot of fight in that crew also, all the way down to the end. They were going to leave no doubt, and this is exactly what you expected. These two teams battling it out here at Mike Whalen Field. And as we expected, this Warrior team just opposed their will, starting about the end of the second quarter, and didn't look back. They just kept working and working and working and sticking to their game plan.
We'll be back with the Freeman Rock postgame show right after this. We're broadcasting live with Warrior Pride. You're listening to Del Norte Sports.
It's time now for the postgame show, and it's brought to you by Freeman Rock, family-owned, serving Curry and Del Norte counties. We'll be back with Mad Dog and John coming up next.
Freeman Rock is your complete source for landscaping products, including topsoil and soil amendments. Buying your products in bulk is the most economical and ecologically friendly. And Freeman Rock also delivers. Freeman Rock is open Monday through Friday, 7 to 5, and Saturday by appointment. Freeman Rock has supplied our communities with quality ready-mix concrete, sand, and gravel, and now landscaping supplies since 1976. Check out our new updated interactive website, freemanrock.com, or call 469-2444.
The Hiuchi Hamlet, nestled in the redwoods by the Smith River, is your store of convenience. Whether you're spending the day at the river swimming, fishing, hiking, camping, or just taking a leisurely drive, Hiuchi Hamlet has everything you need, from hot snacks, cold beverages, and groceries to fishing tackle and gas. Stop in to see what kind of goodies you can find whenever you're nearby. Hiuchi Hamlet, proud supporters of the Del Norte Warriors.
If you or someone you love needs chemotherapy or other infusion services, Kind Compassionate Care is close to home. Sutter Coast Hospital's Infusion Center in Crescent City is here to serve your infusion needs more conveniently. Our infusion center right behind the hospital in Crescent City is spacious and peaceful and features 9 large roomy infusion areas and an oncology clinic. For more information or to schedule an appointment, call 707-464-8998 or visit sutterhealth.org/coast.
When you choose L&L Design and Construction, it's a game changer. They can do it all. New home construction, remodels large or small, garages and manufactured home site development. They're local, reliable, and love this community. When it comes to design and construction, choose the LaFazio family at L&L, proud supporters of the Del Norte Warriors. Start planning for spring today. Call 707-465-6432, license number 931605. And now, the postgame show, brought to you by Freeman Rock, family-owned, serving Curry and Del Norte counties. And now, here's Mad Dog and John.
Del Norte is in first place in the Big Four Conference after a 27-20 victory over St. Bernard's here at Mike Whalen Field on a rainy night in Crescent City. Mad Dog, it was all Del Norte all the time pretty much, except that final few minutes as the Crusaders scored 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns in the second half of the fourth quarter, no less, to make it exciting. But in the end, the Warriors got the win.
Yeah, I think the Warriors down the stretch there just did what they had to do to win the game. They kind of went melancholy on offense and just ran the ball, ran out clock. And then on the defensive side, they let them catch those short passes, kept them in bounds, and knew the clock was on their side and just kind of sealed the victory just like they needed to do. They did a great job.
Let's recap the scoring. Del Norte took the opening possession of the game, marched down the field, and O.J. Coleja punched it in from 1 yard out. The extra point was no good. The first time that Kenji Adams-Lee has missed an extra point this season, it was 6-0. St. Bernard's took the kick and responded in kind, marched the length of the field. This time it was Will Olney, the St. Bernard's quarterback, from 1 yard out. And that kick was no good. So we're tied at 6 after one quarter. Del Norte got the ball on the next possession, and it was Gio Gonzalez scoring from 14 yards out. The Warriors led 13-6. Del Norte's defense then held St. Bernard's, got the ball back, and, well, let's listen. Here's what the play sounded like. Price goes out wide to the left. Mitchell is the running back. Blackburn goes in motion. They pitch it to Blackburn. They pitch it back to Price. He finds a wide open Kalea. Touchdown, Del Norte! As called, as predicted by the one and only Bad Dog John Horner. 21 yards, touchdown Warriors, and that is your Sequake play of the game.
What a great touchback. Nothing's harder is to hit a wide open receiver, and Caleb Price did just that. Hit him in stride right in the end zone. Great job by Caleb.
Your Sequake play of the game, a little trickeration, as Lee Corso would call it, gave Del Norte a 20-6 halftime lead. In the third quarter, it was Kobe Mitchell, who had an outstanding game after missing 2.5 contests with injury. He broke through the line on 4th and 5, right up the middle, right into the end zone. The extra point was good, and Del Norte led 27-6 and appeared well on its way to victory. But then halfway through the fourth quarter, Del Norte in pump formation. The snap goes way over Kenji Adams-Lee's head. Crusaders get the ball at the Del Norte 30. On the very next play, a little trick play of their own by the Crusaders. Pass out to the flat to Joyner, who then lateraled it to Thrapp, who then scored from 40 yards out. And just like that, it was 20-13. Del Norte got the ball back, had to punt. Terrific punt by Kenji Adams-Lee inside the 5-yard line. Crusaders then had to march the entire length of the field. They were successful, but with just 5 seconds remaining when they scored to make it 20-27. The onside kick was recovered by Faulkner, and Del Norte had the win. Joining us, victorious coach Nick White. And, Coach, congratulations. Your defense did a number on a team that is noted for being an offensive juggernaut.
Yeah, they have the number one offense in our whole section. So it was like 100 teams in our section. They have the number one offense. So that was a big emphasis for the past 2 weeks during our bye week is we wanted to take away their two main weapons, which is Lane Thrapp and Hegler. And I don't even know how many catches they had. The Thrapp have 2. He's the leading receiver in our section. So with that was our game plan. It worked to perfection.
Getting the return of Kobe Mitchell. How big was that? First on offense, where your senior fullback was just the workout horse for you all game long, and, of course, the big play, the 40-yard run.
Yeah, that was huge. He was huge all game. He just keeps grinding. One guy can't bring him down. He just keeps running, and he does it with the passion, and we're happy to have him back. He was a huge part of what we did tonight.
And defensively, having him and Kai Baugh seemed to contain Olney. Your linebacker stepped up and didn't let him run wild, especially after the first drive.
Yeah, it was just part of our game plan. Everybody works, everybody does their job, everybody has the responsibilities for what they have on defense, and that it worked out. It worked out great. They had the hook and ladder at the end there, which I don't know. I thought it might have been forward, but as far as their offense goes, we did an outstanding job, and the kids responded really, really well to what we've been doing. So they played their butts off.
2 in a row over St. Bernard's after the Warriors had lost 5 in a row to the Crusaders. What does that say about Del Norte's program?
Yeah, it's just, we keep progressing every year, working hard. We kind of, we have a good game plan against their offense. And so, they're always great on offense, and we have to work super hard at it. And, it feels good. More importantly, it's just our first league win. So that feels great. The kids are excited. Coaches are excited. So just a great way to start off league.
Wet conditions out there, and other than the bad snap on the punt, no mistakes, no turnovers. That proved to be critical.
Yeah, that was a big part of our offense coming in, is holding on to the ball. We didn't know how much rain we were going to get, but we knew we'd get some, and it's just the ball security with the center, quarterback exchange, and then the kids holding on to the ball. And if we get 2 yards, we get 2 yards. Hold on to the ball. We'll grind the game out, and we were in control of the game. All game, and it's offensively, defensively, we kind of controlled the pace and the tempo and the clock how we wanted to. So that was the best part about our offense, was the ball possession.
Next week, you go to Fortuna, a team you've already beat, a team that's struggling this year, but with an incredible football history. How do you keep your kids focused on keeping their eyes on the prize?
I mean, we already played them, so they know how good that team is. It's, they're good every single year. Their kids and their coaches do a great job. They believe in what's going on, and it's always tough to win down in Fortuna. So it's no problem focusing, and it's our next league game. It's our next thing on the list, and I told the kids, enjoy this tonight, and then be ready on Monday, because we know it's going to be a grind all week to get ready for them.
Anything special planned this evening for you? Are you going to go right to film?
No, actually, no. I'm going to enjoy it like the kids, and I'll actually go to film pretty much when I wake up tomorrow, and then I'm going to head down and watch Fortuna Eureka, so to prepare for Fortuna, and just, hopefully I think it'll be a good game, and watch a Big Four football.
Coach Nick White, after his team improved to 7-1 this year and 1-0 in the Big Four Conference with a 27-20 victory over St. Bernard's. And Coach, you had to get maybe a few butterflies there in that last drive. God, they score, they can get onside kick, they get onside kick, they can throw something in the end zone.
Definitely. Yeah, it's, our kids did a good job. They had to drive all the way down. They ran the whole clock out. So it's, they fought hard, and I couldn't be prouder of them.
Coach, thanks for joining us tonight.
All right.
Look forward. We'll see you next week in the friendly city of Fortuna.
Yes. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Coach Nick White joining us here on the Freeman Rock postgame show. And we got some very interesting stats to talk about. And Mad Dog, that is your forte.
My forte. Taking a look at for St. Bernard's side, it was impressive. The Warriors held Thrapp to 2 catches for 6 yards.
This is a player coming in who had 38 receptions for over 1,000 yards this season. A tremendous defensive effort by Del Norte, especially its defensive backs, who coming into the season, that was a question mark. Boy, they stepped up.
And what I really saw was, Coach Tomlin and Omi, they couldn't even figure out how to throw it to Thrapp. And that was hats off to the Del Norte defense. He didn't even get targeted that much the whole game. So in that aspect, I thought they did a great job of their defensive scheme when it came to what they wanted to do with Thrapp. And total offense for St. Bernard's, 216 yards total, 150 yards passing, 86 rushing on 24 carries. Taking a look at Del Norte's side, it was an impressive running attack for the Warriors. It was all Kobe Mitchell in the second half, as Kobe Mitchell ran the ball for 23 carries for 153 yards.
Welcome back to the lineup, Kobe Mitchell.
And I know Cox Cooley loved the 100-yard games, but he had 55 tonight on 12. I think he's glad that Mitchell was back also.
Give Cox Cooley credit. He was one of the people assigned to keep Thrapp under control.
Absolutely. He was at the line of scrimmage against Thrapp the whole night. So he did his part on defense also. Blackburn with the big 50-yard run. He ended up 4 carries for 62 yards. Great outing for the Del Norte rushing attack. Del Norte rushed the ball 47 times for 270 yards. That's hard-earned yards every which way you can slice it. 2 of 4 passing for 24 yards. And the most productive pass was Price to OJ. 21-yard completion on the trickery in the second quarter.
For a touchdown in the final minute of the first half, no less. So the first game of the Big Four Conference season is in the books. It's in the win column. Next up is Fortuna.
I tell you what, I'm just like Coach White. You celebrate tonight, be happy about tonight, but I am all about Big Four football. I'll be making that trip tomorrow night. I'll be watching that Eureka Fortuna matchup down there. I think it's going to be very intriguing to see that game down there and see if Fortuna is rolling here hitting conference play. Lots going to be said tomorrow.
Fortuna coming into the game 2-5, Eureka 3-4, and for Eureka, it's a playoff game. They have to get a win.
Absolutely. If they lost that game, they would be forced to come up here to Mike Whalen Field in the last game of the year to just make the playoffs with a loss tomorrow night to Fortuna. So it's pretty much do or die for Fortuna, a team that you're going to really question on how hard you want to make that non-conference schedule, because they had one of the toughest non-conference schedules. Oh, they do have the toughest schedule in the North Coast Section Division 5, and it shows with the 3-4 record sitting at number 5. But with that tough record, they might not even make the playoffs with the loss tomorrow.
And then 2 weeks from tonight, right back here at Mike Whalen Field, it will be the regular season finale. Del Norte versus Eureka, brother versus brother.
The White Bowl.
Jason White, the head coach of Eureka, against Nick White, head coach of Del Norte. The two brothers meeting for the first time as head coaches.
I tell you what, it's going to be something special. And, when you talk to Chris and Nick down there, they talk to their brother on a nightly basis, from what they say. And they're excited to play each other, to say the least. Let's put it that way.
Mad Dog, any final thoughts about this victory for Del Norte?
Huge victory for the Warriors coming into conference play. I think there's a lot of people in the HDN that didn't give Del Norte the nod to be the favorite in the Big Five. In the Big Four. But after tonight's performance, I think Del Norte has proved that they're a team to beat in the Big Four, and that was a great win. Coach Tomlin, I guarantee, could say hats off to Mitchell and the front line for the Warriors. That was a dominant performance on the front line by the Warriors.
Let's listen to that Seaquake. Can we do that, JD? Can we listen to that Seaquake play of the game one more time? The final minute of the first half, Del Norte leading by 2 touchdowns, and they find a way on, was it 4th down?
3rd down.
3rd down to make it a 2-touchdown game going into halftime. Goes out wide to the left. Mitchell is the running back. Blackburn goes in motion. They pitch it to Blackburn. They pitch it back to Price. He finds a wide open Kalea. Touchdown, Del Norte! As called, as predicted by the one and only Mad Dog John Horner. 21 yards, touchdown Warriors, and that is your Seaquake play of the game.
What a great touchback. Nothing's harder is to hit a wide open receiver, and Caleb Price did just that. Hit him in stride right in the end zone. Great job by Caleb.
Welcome back to the Freeman Rock post-game report. Del Norte wins 27-20. Next week we will be in Fortuna. The game still at this time set for 7:30. No JV game tonight because St. Bernard's does not have a JV team. Next week, Del Norte will have to forfeit the game to Fortuna because of suspensions after the fight that occurred between Del Norte and McKinleyville. So the game is at this time set for 7:30, but keep your ears open. It could be moved to 7. Hopefully not. Hopefully everything will stay at 7:30. One more thought. Whatever you have, big guy.
Go Warriors and go Huskies tomorrow night.
A big thanks, as always, to our engineer without peer, JD, back at the studio. Thank you so much for our friend, for Mike O'Brien at KPOD, General Manager Larry Tempe, President Mike Wilson, and the entire Bi-Coastal Media family. Thank you very much for listening. Remember, on Monday, you'll be able to hear a rebroadcast of this game on DelNorteSports.com. Our final score, once again, Del Norte 27, St. Bernard's 20. Warriors are 7-1, 1-0 in conference play. For John Horner, I'm John Pritchett. We'll see you next week from Fortuna. Good night, everybody. Stay safe, and may God bless.
You've been listening to the Del Norte Warrior Game of the Week. And the Game of the Week is brought to you by Center Coast Hospital, serving our community with care. The Hiuchi Hamlet, gas, fishing, tackle, and snacks for your Wild Rivers adventure. Lisa McCowan, State Farm Insurance. Call Lisa when you want great service and State Farm Insurance. L&L Design and Construction. They love to support the Warriors. For construction work, call 465-6432. Coast Central Credit Union, people helping people. And Freeman Rock, family-owned, serving Curry and Del Norte counties. This has been a Bicoastal Media Sports presentation.